Hey, welcome.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, glad to have you back. Sorry I messed up the time zones, I guess. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Oh yeah,
Let's see. Others are coming.
cool. Right on.
Yeah,
Oh,
glad.
this is trippy. It's like wow, we're all in different places and stuff, but you know, I guess the common bond is that we all love choices, so that helps.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Daniel.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going fine. How about you? How are you doing in the heat of California?
Uh, um,
It's about how I'm feeling right now.
I feel like I'm melting.
Definitely.
Oh my god. It's 84 right now, and it's gonna increase later on. I don't know, I'm not ready.
Yeah. Only a storm can save you.
I
I'm hoping
wish
for a storm. Hoping for a storm.
that would be
Definitely.
nice.
Yeah. The time zone thing, it was really tricky. And you told me that California time and Arizona time are same. And I later realized, yeah, that's true. Both of your 9:30 was like half an hour ago. So, oh yeah, it was a tricky business.
That's all right. Yeah, it's when I have to explain, how the time zone thing works for those of us who live in Arizona. It gets to be messy. Only we understand it.
Definitely. Yeah. And thanks for being here. And we're just missing two people, Charles and someone entered. Yeah. And so we're just missing Brendan, who actually gave me this idea in one of the podcasts. Welcome, Charles lady.
Hi, how are you?
Hey,
I'm good. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good.
Okay, so we're almost done. I just need one more. Yeah. What else?
hey.
What a miss.
Hey, Brendan.
Hey,
Welcome.
thanks. Nice to be here with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You gave me the idea to for this thing. So thanks to you. It's almost your thing.
No, it's yours. I'm just happy to be a part of it. Oh, for God's sake.
Okay. So how's everyone's choices experiences going so far this week?
For me, it's going well. I'm finally have some time to catch up on all of the books that I started and haven't finished.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I have also started a lot of books, maybe series specifically that bothers me. When I have
Mm-hmm.
finished this one series, then I have two more sequel left, and it's really hard to finish.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. When you're reading so many books all at once, it just gets really tough.
Yeah, it's a
It's
good.
hard for me to read more than one book at a time. I like to just take my time and read one book at a time so that I can just absorb everything.
hmm
Yeah, that's right. What about you, choices, Lady and Brandon?
Oh, that was Choices Lady that said that.
Oh, sorry. Daniel and your voice are kind of same for me. I'm sorry.
For me, it's been fun. It's been an interesting week. Plenty of books. Did LOA Chapter 6. I did the 12th chapter of Slow Burn, AVSP Chapter 3, and of course, Cats, It Lives Beneath. Although I do
Yeah.
remember passing out toward the back end of that. It was going on, I think 5, 6 in the morning. But I
oh
was
man,
I was
that was a
determined.
Wow.
long stream for me too.
Hey, it was
I
still
was not
fun.
expecting that. Yeah, it was
But
fun. It was fun though.
It
Yeah.
yeah.
was.
I enjoyed the ending of It Lives Beneath as well. It was really fun, really enticing. It was a good first few chapters. Like when we did the first one, chapter 14, there was a lot just for one chapter to say it was near the end. So I really liked that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you, Daniel? I think I'm missing just you, right? Or you said?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just listening to everybody talk, and you guys sound like a fun bunch.
Uh,
Honestly, I've kind of caught up on all the books. The only ones I have left to read are the brand new ones, like that slow burn one, that laws of attraction one. I haven't read those yet. Getting there, but I'm just really like bummed out about OH, so I'm not really reading right now at the moment after yesterday. So
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big finale.
hmm
Yeah, a lot of people took that hard.
I
Yeah.
feel like they could have added a few more chapters and then ended it, but 16 chapters, it's like you don't just stop at 16 chapters. Like,
Right.
I think that one book, My First Two Loves, or whatever the heck, they've got over like what, like 100 and something chapters. It's like, why can't they at least give Open Heart at least the 20 chapters or the 22 chapters that it deserved? But apparently they're like, oh well, we're gonna end it here because the developers don't want to. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna complain no more. I'm not gonna read it. I'm just done. I have a
Yeah.
lot of feelings about that right now. Sorry.
Oh no, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even
I
got.
think I,
Oh,
I
sorry.
think choices has caused all of us pain at some point.
Yeah,
They ruined Ethan. They completely ruined Ethan.
yeah. Ask Choices Lady, the pain when Ride or Die just ended at book
Oof.
one.
Yikes.
I'm I'm still dealing with that pain. I'm not over it. I am not over it. I don't know if I'll be over it, but yeah, I'm still dealing with that.
I think it was yesterday. Someone actually dared me in one of the fandom chats to post saying Open Heart did not deserve a fourth book, and I kind of threw myself to the sharks there. But it was worth it. It was worth it.
I mean, I agreed with you. So it's like I know it was a dare for you, but I thought you were serious and I agreed. So,
Yeah,
you know.
I'll go 50-50.
I'm very
yeah.
conflicted about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree too. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is right. Maybe book four was too much to ask, but yeah, that's right. I mean, in book one, book two, Open Heart never ended at chapter 16, chapter 17, and then chapter 18. So yeah, they could have probably given it two more chapters because I think
Hmm.
the court scene was kind of happened and then Bloom was missing at some point. So I think they kind of got scrambled at the ending. So yeah, but yeah, it was just it's just a mixed bag, I would say, the
Mhm.
ending part. But yeah, but still, they made the ending in a way that really touched the heart. If you've been playing Open Heart for a long time, because the saying goodbye and the hospital, I think they could have done a little bit more. They could have gone a bit more emotional with the ending, more time with the friend group back at the
Hmm.
apartment. So yeah, but yeah, it is what it is.
I feel like they could have done, if you guys have read Big Sky Country, like how at the end of book two they did like a flashback, not like a flashback, but like a fast forward thing into like what
Hmm.
happens over the next couple of years. I feel like that could have happened at the end of book three for Open Heart. They could have at least
Mhm.
given us that, seeing MC as like an attending if he or she decided to stay at the hospital with Ethan or whoever their ally was and all that. It's like I feel like we should. I can't even think straight right now. I feel like I haven't had coffee yet. Don't judge me. I feel like we deserved, at least that.
Yeah,
But
right. I hear
but
you.
I feel like we were robbed of a really good ending. I feel like we were robbed of a few more chapters because
Mhm.
I mean, like a bunch of people in the fandom have said, just because it ended, that they're going to start writing their own book for. I'm down to write my own book for.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
already.
I've actually talked about that on stream before, where it's like, okay, look, I get it, and I've seen how passionate people were, especially about It Lives, on
That was a
Twitter, Wow. Yeah, the responses to that, responses, that I've seen like on Facebook or even to the Instagram post when Choices was like, okay, we're canceling Open Heart. Um, that's where fan fiction lives. Is where
Mm-hmm.
the creators leave off. It's like, all right, you know what?
Yes,
I could do this better, or I could write this character better. Well, please do it. Because there's somebody who's going
I
to want to read
agree.
it. you know.
I agree. I agree. I mean that's exactly where I was with Ride or Die. That ending, even though I felt like it was enough, it could have been realistic, but it wasn't enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I needed to see more of the characters, and it just wasn't enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got started in writing my fan fiction. I needed more.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, where real thing ends, their imagination begins. So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's up to you, how you view. I mean, same things happening in the same room, but five people are standing there, and they would see it from different point of view. So it's just a perspective. So
Mm-hmm.
you read a book, you have a different perspective, and you can go on write a fan fiction, and it's your point of view, and that's the interesting part because and it's really interesting to know how they're writing, and sometimes well it's way better than the original one, and it is because if it your frequencies match how you think, so it's gonna really speak resonate well with you. So yeah, it's just super awesome thing about choices, like writing your own sequel sort of, and it's just super awesome thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this
Yeah.
is one of the best sort of thing we get from choices, and also the stories.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes.
Definitely.
Speaking of open heart ending, also someone was saying I also didn't buy that. That yeah, Ethan becoming the chief of medicine. That was yeah, it's right because Ethan has experience. But I think diagnostics team it was being run really well under Tobias when Ethan left. So Tobias was there. Aurora, I'm sorry, Emery was there, and but still our MC got the diagnostics team lead. So that was kind of maybe really. What did you think about that?
I was surprised. I'm personally I'm still reading through the chapter, but I heard I saw what
You
folks were
see the
saying about the
spoilers.
chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew already where MC was going, so it's kind of like wait, you just came out of residency. Why are they going to give you the job? you know, so I was very surprised by that. So yeah,
Open
to me
Heart
it's kind of weird.
Open Heart 3 is one of the books that I really have to get caught up on. I stopped around chapter 5, mainly because of time constraints, but that's one that I have to get caught up on. But just based on what I've seen around the fandom, I was only a little surprised that she got the head of diagnostics. I mean, she did just come out of residency, but she was she was basically the one holding that team together. I mean, all, all
Sure,
three books, she was always the one
She
coming
was
up with the
MC
diagnosis.
was the glue of that entire
Yes,
team.
yes.
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah. So like Tobias was doing a great job, but yeah, MC had the potential all the time. He would be solving these cases in his own,
mm-hmm.
in their own different way. Like people will be talking about something else. MC saying, they'll just think, "Oh, what did you say? Repeat it again." Oh, I got the clue. So that was really a unique way and reading deeper. So yeah, sometimes even Ethan couldn't solve, MC solved. So yeah, in that way, it was justified. But still, I think just coming out of residency, like you said, and getting the thing, yeah, because sometimes in team captains, a really qualified youngster, but they maybe take 2 or 3 years after getting the captaincy. But yeah, it's just perspective, like I said again. But yeah, probably you're right. They could have given a glimpse, like not immediately after, but maybe after 2 or 3 years, MC becoming diagnostics team lead, and then how their life is going. They could have done that. That would have resonated, you know, even better with the players, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of speaks to the point that Danielle was talking about. It's like, all right, you know what? If we had gotten, the future thing, then okay, then we could talk about MC
Yes.
becoming the head of the team. So yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm with you on that.
Thank you. Thank you. But we've been robbed. I would say it and I will preach it to the world. We've been robbed. I'm sorry. I have a lot of feelings about that right now. I'm very upset with PB that I took myself off their VIP list.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of folks that were like, nope, done, donezo, we're done with this. Like, wow, okay, cool, okay, I hear you. Take that's what the pocketbook is for. You take your money elsewhere. For a little while anyway. Hopefully
That's
something
true.
good comes up.
We'll come crying back to them, be like, take us back.
Yes. Yeah, I was very I wasn't surprised by that, because it's like, you know what, when they had canceled the other sequels, like especially Ride or Die, folks were like, psh, out, I'm out of here later.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't surprised. I did kind of feel like the ending was a little rushed,
Mhm.
and I struggled to really read this one. The other two books, I was, kind of flying through the chapters, but this one I was really struggling to get through it. I don't know if anybody else felt like that
With
Yeah.
what book now?
with Open Heart. If you were kind of struggling to read it.
After Ethan's suspension, I was struggling to read it. So I think after they came back from Hawaii, I was struggling to finish it. So Friday, I'm up at like 2 a.m. just like, reading the last few chapters to get to the finale. And I'm just like, I was like, no. I was like, I'm done. So I'm like, phone drop. I'm like, I'm done. Instead of a mic drop, I did a phone drop.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna miss the characters. I do like them all. I do wish we had a lot more time with our friends. But overall, overall, I understand. Maybe I don't. I mean, of course, they didn't tell us exactly why they canceled it after this. But I'm only guessing, like, why. Like I only have guesses as to why.
They just probably didn't want to continue it. I mean,
Mhm.
that's one of the main books I was bringing in. Like, I want to say like, I guess it was attracting all the readers, and everyone knows that was really popular. They had really great numbers, or numbers were going through the roof, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, we're going to end it. It's like, okay, now plummet down. You guys are going to realize, that you guys need all those readers back, and you're not going to get it right away because they're doing stuff like that. They're canceling books that deserve to continue. I don't know about Mother of the Year. I'm still waiting on that one, which is never going to happen. Like how they canceled Hero 2 after they said specifically after the end of the first game, wait for book 2, and we're never going to get a book 2.
Right.
And it's like certain books should have had a continuation, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna pull that plug. It's like, why? It's like you already promised it at the end of the first book or the second book for another book, and yet you're just gonna cut it short like that. Like that's what really irritates me right now about this entire thing. And then they're like, oh well, we don't have enough developers, and we're always we're constantly hiring. It's like, okay, you can oh okay.
Hey, no worries. Yeah.
Please.
Oh my god. Oh, look, a bird. It's a nice bird. Anyways, but
Yes.
sorry about that.
It's a sore topic. It is, and I mean, it's like, I know that I'm talking about It Lives a lot, but it's just because I just finished it. But at the end of the chapter, they really seem to set up a third book. So,
Yes.
and I did talk about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged what people were so upset about, because, I had actually gotten some messages from people during the time that I've been streaming this, like, you just don't understand, it's like, it was like a slap in the face, which was one of the tweets that I got. And it was just like, oh my gosh, It's like, well, I'm sorry, I'm only reading this for the first time. What do you know? Like, what do you want from me? I didn't do it.
Right.
Um, yeah, but it's just like I said, I wanted to acknowledge that. It's like, you know what? I understand why folks were so upset because they really set this up for a book 3, and then they, had the question mark at the end. So it's like,
Hmm.
wait, what? So
Yeah.
it hurts. It hurts when you only get that one book, and you're just like, oh man, they really could have set that up. I felt that way about Most Wanted. Is that they
Yeah. So
really
did
kind of
I.
they
So did
really set it
I.
up. Yeah,
Hmm.
ride or die, same thing. So yeah.
Speaking of fan fiction, they on Twitter. Remember, Kat, when you were doing your live stream, and they talked about the group of fans that got together to do the "It Lives Within," I believe.
Yes,
They released a trailer for that,
I
and it
saw it.
looks
Yes.
looks
I wanted to see
really
that.
good.
Yes, the It Lives project on Tumblr.
Yes,
They finally released their trailer for their first chapter, and I was like, oh,
blown
what?
away. Yes,
Yeah, it was really good.
blown away.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, the community at large is just ridiculously talented. Man, it's crazy how
It
talented the
it
folks are
really
in the fandom.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Speaking of It Lives ending, you're right. There could they ended it like there could be a book 3.
Hmm.
But I personally felt like how they designed it, like in the jungle. I can't remember the name. One was so like in It Lives Beneath Crew, if we save all our love interest with high nerve scores, they're there, and our MC will also be saved after Reacher's attack, I believe, at the last moment. So then I think we see Parker and Danny. They're both talking about that the powers that are in the lake, they won't be. They will be doing something so the reporters or outside world, they don't know about the powers that live in the lake. And then we see the assembly in our It Lives in the Woods place that we see the brother Connor, I believe, of
Yep.
Stacy's brother. And then
Yep.
we see Jocelyn, who was the bully
Yes.
at
Hmm.
first but saved a lot of people. And then we see Noah, or our main character of It Lives in the Woods, depending on our choice. And we see they form a group there, and they talk that we need to save people before the attacks happen. So because they have seen people dying, people getting attacked by creatures, by powers that live in the woods. So they try to form a society or something, but it's not the society that was in It Lives Beneath, like a cult. It's not that, but it's just a society that would or a group that would save people, and that would stop the attacks before it happens, because they have seen stuff happening and they have seen people dying. So I
Hmm.
think, and they sort of could have. This is how I felt like when they didn't release any books in 2019 and in 2020 also. So I felt like they sort of tried to resonate this, that and It Lives Beneath that book. We have the whole group: Parker, Danny, Tom. They protecting the powers there, and they kind of not letting any bad people use the powers there. And also, It Lives in the Woods crew. And back in this town, these people are forming a group, and they also say like they will be taking people from the other side. That is, It Lives Beneath crew from that town. They'll be taking people in their group. So sort of they could have hinted Pixelberry at this point. I feel like, because they haven't come out with a sequel, that these group stop from any attacks from happening. And
Hmm.
it sort of, they could have said like, this is the end. They form a group, this group will stop all the attacks from happening, and that's the end. There So I think this could be a proper end, because but they say also a special ending. Now it could have meant anything. A sequel. It could have been a sequel to a book 3, or it could have been the ending. Now they have said they're not coming out, so I think we just got to see it like this. But like I said, it depends on perspective. But I personally felt like this. I
Yeah.
thought after this maybe there's a book 2, but when I read it for the second time, then I thought maybe there's not book 3, because it's been 2 years, and it's just that how they probably want it to end. But we will never know unless Pixelberry says something. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and in thinking of it in the two different ways, it's like, okay, there's the folks that are like super, super passionate about the story and saw it kind of how I did. It was like, okay, I understand why you would think, okay, this is setting it up for the third book or a third book because of the way it ended with the question mark and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other way to look at it is just like you said, is that all right? Both groups and both the different towns have already kind of solved the problems for the most part, and have decided, okay, we're going to work together to deal with this. So, at the end when it says, well, like it lives, and then it's like, at the end question mark. So it's like, okay, well, is it that they're saying there's still something out there, but these two groups will already have it handled, and we really don't need to see all that? Because that's a lot of main characters to have to try to bring into a third book. A lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So to start all over again with a whole new town and a whole new set of characters, then you're going to have to revisit both the other towns first. It's like that would be too much. Wow, that would be way too much. I wasn't even expecting that the characters from Beneath were going to go back to talk to the folks from the woods. That was long.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I was looking forward to that.
Mhm.
Just to have my main character from It Lives in the Woods to be in It Lives Beneath. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
thought just that had the hood on.
Yeah.
Or where the character where the main character had the hood on because of the bad haircut or something. I thought that would be it. I didn't expect it again. I think it was at the end where they met up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, at first I was thinking maybe I should have expected that they were going to do some type of extended scene, because in earlier in the book, when we go back to the Woods characters, that was an extended scene. Like you had to talk to everybody. You couldn't just talk to one or two characters. You had to talk to everybody. So it's like, wow, okay, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty lengthy, but overall, I really liked the book. It was the books I kind of feel like it's one book. It's just split into two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Mhm. That's right. So everyone here has either played the It Lives anthology or seen it on stream. Is that correct?
I
Yep.
played both of them. I wasn't a fan of the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
In my opinion, I found it. I found
Yeah.
it. I don't know. It didn't catch my attention. I mean, I finished it. It wasn't intriguing to me as the first one.
Hmm.
Mm.
I did like the first one better.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like the second one better because I felt like in the first one, it was good, but in the second one, in terms of mystery, the turnaround, like every time we see, all right, he's the bad guy. No, he's the bad guy. No, that's the bad guy.
Yes.
And that kind
Oh
of
my
veil of
God.
secrets kind of thing we get here, and also in
Yeah.
terms of the characters, we see more times with characters and sort of MC character relation that we sort of didn't see much in book one, that is in the woods, but in Beneath we see more of that. So all in all, it was like way more developed than the book one. But again, like you said, it's just sort of the one book. So yeah, it is good.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. I did like the all the reveals because I know I found myself going, "What?" Like a lot.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
wait a minute, like they're still alive, or this happened? Wait, So yeah, there was a lot of misdirection, just to say, oh hey, look over here, but no, really, this is what's happening. I thought that was actually very well done in the second book.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
spent a lot of time in that second book thinking that Parker was the bad guy. And
Mhm. And he could have been. He could have.
yeah, I mean just the conversations he would have with MC. I spent a lot of time thinking that yeah, he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
They regarded him.
Mhm. I know. It's like, oh man, it's like, okay, because I kept calling him, Deputy Do Right, and it's like, okay, and I was just being funny, but no, he seriously was.
He was.
And I think the other thing too for me between those two books is that for in terms of say the love interest, because I
Yeah.
mean, of course, romance isn't a real big part of the book, but I felt like in It Lives in the Woods, you were a lot more invested in those particular characters, so it was easy to find an LI for the MC in the first book in the Woods, but in Beneath, even though I was thinking about picking Parker, I just couldn't like find myself wanting to even spend time with him. I was like, I'm not spending the diamonds to go and hang out with him. I'm not doing that. you know.
Oh, that's it. You're right.
Oh my god.
Oh, you agree, Brandon? See?
Yeah, you obviously didn't do right enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and I loved Imogen, but still, she was like the best friend. So it's like, okay, I can't see MC being with her either.
Yeah, she was
And I like Danny, but we didn't meet her until like halfway into the book. So it's like, yeah,
Could've gone with
like I
Tom.
could not pick an LI. I couldn't.
Not even Tom.
See, I had that problem with It Lives in the Woods.
Yeah.
I didn't really, yeah, I wasn't sure who to choose.
Mm-hmm.
I, I don't know. I had a harder time choosing a love interest in It Lives in the Woods than It Lives Beneath.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Andy for me in that first book. I was like, nope, Andy's it.
I chose
Yeah.
Connor.
Oh, you picked Connor? Yeah, I like him
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was something else.
Comes through with his car. He's all badass and stuff. I was like, yeah, all right, I see it. But I was, if they had given us the choice, I would have picked Noah. I would have.
Choice is giving you a
People
choice.
seem to
Imagine
like.
Imagine
Right.
that.
Right. Yeah, it's like, if he had been an option, I think I would have picked Noah as the love interest. Which I think would have also made the ending a lot more difficult to go through if he had
Exactly.
been the
Yeah.
love interest.
It would have been an epic scene. Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. Like even more so than it was, But yeah, it would have
Mhm.
been really that would have been like, okay, now this is they've ratcheted up the emotional tension if they had allowed Noah to be the LI or a LI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was same. In It Lives in the Woods, it was for me hard to choose an ally, choose an ally. But in It Lives Beneath, I sort of first we meet Imogen first, so and then Danny. So it was kind of and Parker we also met, and Tom we knew him from back. So yeah, it was just for me also. It was like It Lives in the Woods. It was kind of ended up choosing Stacy, but sort of it felt like they could have done something more in terms of you know. Sort of to get to we know them from scenes and stuff, but sort of MC and in terms of Li, if you like getting to know them more, helping them sort of getting the scenes that we get in It Lives Beneath. They could have done a bit more about that, but yeah, I think they sort of did that in It Lives Beneath. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all the characters are really nice.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. They became like a Scooby Doo gang by the end of it. I thought that's where like, okay, they're all friends. There's no romantic interest here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
every plot twist you hear a root roll.
Yeah. Yes. That's so funny. Yes. Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it, and and it was cool to see other people liking it too, doing the streams and stuff, and you know,
And your voice, legendary.
oh,
I
you
mean,
like those?
Yes. Grandpa's voice was the best.
I swear that time that you were constipated.
I
Honest to
really
God.
told Brent the other day that's
That's
Have
so
you
funny.
decided on the next book, Kat?
I
Quit
don't know yet.
Still deciding.
Yeah, I'm still kind of deciding. A lot of people brought up Wishful Thinking, which I've never read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if we're going with books I've never read, could probably be it, because a lot of people brought it up. There were a couple folks who brought up like Bloodbound or Nightbound.
That's quite
I never
long.
finished Nightbound, and I only read like
Really?
maybe a few chapters.
Oh, wow.
So that's a possibility too.
Yeah,
know,
they are.
You
I
haven't
like
finished that,
Nightbound.
yeah.
They're good, but they're long. They're pretty long.
You thought it was long? Hmm.
Bloodbound's 3 books, 3 books plus like an extra side book or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was one of the things I talked about is that going with like big series, which is
Hmm.
why I didn't go with like the Royal Romance or something like that.
Oh wow.
Uh, it's like one, there's a lot of characters. Two, there's a lot of books. So
When
yeah,
Yeah.
so I
you
was like, I'll be reading this till the end of time. you know,
You would.
go,
yes. So and I know that a very scandalous proposal had come up. I know that. You know. Folks are
yeah.
teasing me about Queen Bee or the nanny affair, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing
No.
that.
I wonder who did that. Hmm.
Oh wow, there was a few people, and then
I'm down.
Pixelberry came in, was like, oh, we would love to hear you read Queen Bee or whatever. And I'm like, what? No.
I
I mean,
I would
if you
love to hear it, but I can imagine that would be
That
the
group was
most
led by Prince.
awkward read ever.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Which is why I didn't, which is why I did not do any of the 30 diamond scenes in It Lives Beneath. I'm like, oh nope, we're skipping
Yeah.
that.
hefty price, isn't it?
Yeah,
Deal.
but whatever it is, we would love to again, see you voice some of the great characters that only were stuck in our mind, but we never gave them voice, perhaps. But we would love to see you give them some voice.
Hmm.
Thanks. Hey, Brandon, you were saying something?
Hmm? Oh no, I was
I
talking
thought
about the What was I talking about? Oh no, I was talking about like who. I wonder who could have been suggesting those books.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the scandalous proposal where you voluntold me that.
Well,
Like, oh wait.
that and the nanny affair, maybe a bit of witness. Maybe
Oh no, y'all are dangerous with that. Like, no.
you got
Ugh,
permission.
I
You got permission to
I
go.
could not. They did. They basically were like, "Yeah, go ahead." I'm like, "Oh no."
There are scenes in the nanny affair. It does not matter whether you spend diamonds or not. They're
Yeah,
coming out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And it's like, wait a minute, I got to read all that? No.
50 Shades book edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much. But yeah, I have at least a few ideas for books. The only thing, and it's like if people have asked me about it, and I know it's come up, is having other people come in to read the parts, and that gets difficult just because one, it's time zones and schedules, and you
Hmm.
don't know if somebody can be there for the whole time. So
Right.
yeah, because my friend who was initially reading Imogen, poor Imogen was like,
I'm a
in the
cat.
background and doing nothing for a couple of chapters. And so she was like, well, she goes like, she goes, I know said I was going to do it, but that's okay. And I'm like, no, I totally understand. you know, yeah.
God,
Yeah,
Imogen
that's it.
gets bullied in and out of the book.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Imogen gets bullied in and out of the book.
Oh, yes. Poor Imogen.
Oh my god, I was happy to be in the book and now I don't even get a voice actor? Oh my god.
I did my best. Oh, gosh. I love Imogen, though. She's a great character.
Imogen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Imogen and It Lives Beneath, I have one question for y'all. I would like to what you think about it. So we know you have all read the book. So this Josephine thing, like Josephine was killed, and sort of our grandpa was there, and he didn't do anything. So at the end moment when Josephine tells us like to just stand back because Josephine will take her revenge, killing by killing grandpa, but we then save grandpa, and then sort of it felt like Josephine was not an antagonist character until the very end because she was saving our main character, sometimes our main character's brother, and we also learned the
Hmm.
history. She tries to help us. But at the end she also became the antagonist character. So how do you feel about, how did you feel personally? I would like to hear all of your opinions. That how did you feel about that thing? Because I felt like really because well, even grandpa, what he did then, but he's now a different person. He's regretting that. So all in all, it was a very complex situation, even for MC. And so I just want to know what y'all think while playing that.
Uh, I I felt Josephine. I really did because I just think that the way they killed her was awful. I
Hmm.
mean, just that whole thing was awful. And Grandpa was a part of it for so long, and maybe he wasn't a part of her being killed, but he still had the knowledge. So if we were given the choice, I probably would have just let it happen. Let Josephine do whatever she wanted to do.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
revenge.
I,
Take
I do.
revenge.
I do. I really, if we had been given a choice, I would have let her get her revenge. I
I've been
just
like,
that
here,
was just so
homegirl, take it.
wrong.
Right.
Yes, here he is. Come get him.
I'll be
You
like,
know,
he's waiting for you.
Yes. Yeah. Brandon, what did you think? And I'll kind of go last on this.
it was definitely interesting, but I did kind of feel for Josephine. That's it was a tough scene. This man that you love, didn't
Hmm.
he didn't well, he said do much, but it's not like he did much either. Like he just stood by, let it all idling happen, and then he
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
like he didn't really have the courage to do what he should have done. And I do think, well, frankly, you would have been okay giving him to Josephine to take revenge, but still, with all the time to give up while she's been growing her hate, there is a time to let go of that hate. And, I do think in some way she already got revenge on everybody else. Arthur still,
Yes.
she still cared about a little bit, because it was a man she loved, who had a daughter with. I do think she should have maybe tried to start forgiving there and maybe, tried to improve as her ghost self. Maybe that would have
Mm-mm,
been a interesting ending.
Hmm.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think, Daniel?
Feed him to the wolves. All I gotta say. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
okay, didn't he also have a part in his own daughter dying?
Yes.
See,
yeah.
okay, so I don't feel bad for him. It's like just feed him to the wolves. Homegirl did what she did. She took him. Boom, over and done with. I'm just saying.
Because from the time that Josephine was killed and then the daughter being killed, like that's a long time. He hasn't grown he hasn't grown at all.
Nope.
Yeah. Well,
I,
wait. I thought it came out later that, if I remember right, that he did not have a hand in that. It was
Yeah.
all
He
Richard.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't. He didn't have anything to do with it per se, but he stood by and let it happen at the same time
yeah,
Happen.
Josephine
Oh,
Yeah.
the
died.
daughter.
Yeah.
he stood
Yeah,
by.
with his daughter. Yeah, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
He let it
Yeah,
all happen. He could have stopped it, but he didn't. So
right.
that's why
That's fair.
I don't
He
feel
did
bad
have
for
a hand.
him. That's why I'm just
Yeah.
like, take him, homegirl. Take him.
Yeah,
And, and
and
she
I
took
really
him.
thought,
So
yeah, and it's like, and I really thought that at that point when she threw the marlin spike and it grazed MC and hit Grandpa, I thought it was
Okay.
over. I thought he was dead. Really.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he survived, to be honest.
Me
Hmm.
too. Me too. I was shocked. Because I was thoroughly expecting that we were gonna, see the end of Grandpa on that one, and he didn't. He did not die. So I was very surprised. You
Yeah.
know.
It was a roller coaster, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, oh
It
yes, oh yeah.
was. It really was.
Hmm.
Plenty of screams and what?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. There was a lot of that, and surprises and everything. Richard popping in at the end, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, we're gonna die now? Is this gonna happen? you know,
I don't
you
think
know.
so.
Yeah, I actually thought about messing it up and letting MC die.
oh yes.
Knowing that it would kill him for good
Yeah,
this time.
yeah.
Mm.
I was really thinking that. Yep, let me go ahead and let MC die and see what happens. you know, so maybe I'll go back through it and maybe record it or something to put it up on YouTube or whatever to see what happens if you don't save
Mhm.
MC.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when Richard throws MC down in the water, and then if you have enough nerve score, I suppose, then you break through that coffin or whatever, and then you come up. So then they like ride on the top. It lives beneath. So like you were sort of thrown into the water, thrown into the bottom of the water, hands tied, and you still managed to come up. So yeah, that was like that was a great moment. I don't know, like maybe if MC could have died. I guess, yeah, if you didn't have much score. So I don't
Yeah.
know what ending would that have been, but I think there's not much after that. You come up, you defeat Richard, and then they go back to directly the bonus scene in the It Lives in the Woods in that with
Oh,
Connor and
okay.
everyone.
Okay, so it just moves past it. Yeah, because I heard from somebody that it actually says like it dies beneath or something if you die. So I was like, really? Because I want to see that.
No,
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm definitely known for taking out the main characters in my
Oh,
games.
definitely. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I ended up killing. I think I killed the MC like 2 or 3 times in one of those scenes.
In the tunnel.
Well, okay, well,
Yes.
Yeah, the
I killed
tunnel.
off my MC.
Oh, you did?
Well, okay, I killed off my MC in Endless Summer, and then in It Lives in the Woods.
Oh, I
I
didn't
mean,
Oh
did
do.
I
wow.
feel bad? Yes. Did I do it on
Yeah,
purpose? No.
for the woods, I actually considered going ahead and having MC take Jane's place, but I was like, you know what? No, she's with Andy. I can't do that. I can't do it. So I ended up letting Noah do it.
Shoot, I should have just let Noah do it.
Yeah, I was like, yep, just let Noah do it, and then then they can live, and live happy with their significant other. Now
mm,
I
it's
let
like,
Noah do it as well.
yeah, and I don't know anybody who didn't who let the MC do it. I haven't just talked to anybody who let the MC do it.
Well,
I
now you
actually.
know someone who did it. I did it.
Oh, you, yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, so MC takes the place, and then what? It goes to the funeral scene or something.
Uh,
No.
no.
No, not really. Kind of
Was
just.
there a funeral scene? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to probably
Oh
replay
yeah,
it.
it does go to the funeral scene, but you're in the point of view of Connor, and so you remember everybody, but then you remember yourself.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. I think.
interesting.
Yeah, I think they say. I mean, from like the same things happen. Well, you are seeing what Ava's doing, what everyone's doing, and yeah, right. From Connor's point of view, Connor is saying the speech and giving everyone to say the mic to say something about just our MC who died, and I think someone else also died. Yeah, the witch who
Yeah.
also her name
Yeah.
was mentioned.
No, not Ava. I like Ava.
Yeah.
It was a bit crazy.
Oh, it was Cora that they talked
Cora, there we
about.
go. Cora, where did you get Ava from?
Oh,
Ava was one of the best friends. Was one of the
There we go.
besties.
That's why
Yeah,
I was thinking those two. Okay, never mind.
yeah.
Proceed. I'm sorry.
Yes. In my playthrough, everybody lived, so
Yeah.
that was kind of like,
Okay.
So
okay.
one
It was
important thing I think you'll get if you let MC die, then I think if MC lives, MC is the good guy. But if MC dies, then I think everyone would be after Noah. So cops would be after Noah. So you will get this scene where you'll see Noah in a cafeteria and then hiding there, and then hearing the siren and running from there. So you will see Noah and run. So that would be a
Mhm.
scene to see. So that would be
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
He actually does. He's like wanted, and like that's why he left the town that he was from, because they're actually after him, because they
Oh,
all went to the cops and told the cops that he had a hand in it.
oh,
So if you choose that MC dies, then that happens. Noah's like on the run and he's wanted, and that's why he pops up in I think the beginning of game 2.
Mhm.
ew, interesting.
Oh wow.
Y'all didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So if your MC dies, then they basically blame him for everything, which I
Yeah.
mean, later on he admits that it was him who brought everyone together, who woke up Jane.
Mhm.
And he admits it like at the very end. He's like, I just wanted us all to be together and all this other stuff. And he said, I wanted my sister back. And yeah, so if MC dies, I don't remember how, I don't know specifically who went to the cops, but I think it was all of them who went and told them, hey, you know, so and so had hands in it. And yeah, I think the end of book 1 going into book 2, you see him and he's like wanted. He's like running from like every cop.
Oh
Wow,
wow!
man, I
Yeah.
missed
Might
that.
have to replay.
Yeah, I was like,
Yep.
wow, I missed all the dramatics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shang-Chi's a
'cause,
lot
I
of
mean, I
fun.
only did one playthrough per book, for stream purposes. But I need to go back and read it again. you know,
Hmm.
yeah.
I have to reread it. God dang it.
I mean, there's plenty of people on YouTube that post good playthroughs and different routes on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
know Lost
Yeah.
Guardian's one. And fun fact about going back to the topic of rude books. Recently, the Gal episode for his Nanny Affair playthrough got taken down due to sexual content.
Oh,
What?
he didn't tag
Wow.
it as
It's
mature.
terms of service. It's been put back up now, but it was a bit funny that it had been taken down on the context of
See,
it.
and this is why I'm not reading it on my stream. Like, no, they're
You'll
very
never know
specific
it.
about those rules.
Oh
Too
wow!
specific. Too specific.
It's
Yeah.
back now though. I'm happy. I'm glad it's
Yeah,
back.
that's
Oh,
so
apparently,
funny.
apparently he showed full nudity in the video he described.
Eep. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez, that's funny. Mm-mm. Yeah.
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 Also, I think you get another scene in the book too when Tom and MC goes to Westchester, and then you will meet Noah in the alleyway, and then Tom will be like picking up by his collar, and will try to beat him. Then he will learn that MC is still alive as a ghost, and we'll see him. So yeah, it adds just another value if you keep Noah alive. So go ahead and play again with this time
Mhm.
saving Noah and killing MC.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I mean,
Hmm.
of course, I trust what y'all saying, but it's kind of cool to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many of the other characters, like, if I don't, because I was sitting there thinking, like, man, maybe I shouldn't boost their scores, just kind of go as is and see what
Mhm.
happens. And I really tried in Beneath to not spend a whole lot of diamonds on raising people's nerve score. So for the most part, everybody's nerve score came up because of stuff that they were doing without being in the diamond scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of it. So it was only like towards the end, and I only really did it for Imogen because I didn't want Imogen to die. you know, yeah, I didn't want her to die. So any of the diamond scenes, it's like I made sure to talk to Imogen instead of talking to who I thought was going to be the Li. Because
Yeah.
I did not want Imogen to die at all. I really liked her. I liked her character.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
It was a great book.
Mhm.
Yeah, probably if it had a sequel, it would have been really good. But let's see, a zombie book is coming out later this year, and probably I think it lives up to our expectation. Let's hope that it should live up to our expectation right now. We need a book like the zombie book, some
Yeah,
adventure, some mystery.
Who made the pun
yeah,
as well? That was one thing
zombie.
I think it might have been V from Play Testers podcast.
Zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it might have been
I
V.
cracked up. That's so great. Yeah, I mean, I love the title that they came up with. I think it was Wake the Dead.
Yeah, wait for the
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool title. I like that. I love zombies as a horror genre anyway.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so I'm pretty hyped about this book.
don't be too much hyped.
Well, I mean, you kind of go in with minimal expectations, and then you get pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
I have very low
Yeah.
expectations right now with Pixelberry overall. So I'm not too excited about it, and I'm not like, oh hey, a new bug. I'm like, like right there. I'm Switzerland right now. I'm Switzerland. It's like I don't care right now what goes on.
Yeah.
I just want my queen bee and the nanny affair.
Oh,
That's it.
oh
Um,
yes. Can't
Can't wait
wait.
for it. 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Wait,
I haven't read Queen Bee.
2 weeks,
Um,
yeah.
Oh my god,
yeah, I
Oh,
have not read that yet.
my
oh,
heart,
okay.
my
Yeah.
heart. Oh,
It took me
Ian.
a while to read it, it's like I didn't read it when it first came out,
Mm-mm.
and I had gotten into the Facebook fandom in those groups there, and it was recommended. They were like, "Oh no, you have to read it. You have to read Queen Bee." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a shot." And then I ended up loving it. It was just so great.
Yeah, I
yeah.
found it through the Facebook fandom too. They're like, "Oh, Ian Kingsley," and
Yeah,
okay." I'm like, "What book is this?" They're like, "Well, you don't know what book Ian said." I'm like, "No, like if someone can tell me the book, maybe I can find it." And they're like, "It's
right.
Queen Bee." I was like, "All right." So I went in. And I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Ian."
Yeah, yes, love that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Same.
That's
did you do the good girl playthrough or the bad girl playthrough?
the
I
good
did
girl he
both.
did.
Oh, you did.
Good girl.
You did a good girl playthrough.
I did the bad girl one first, and I didn't like it. So then I went back, replayed the chapter, and I did a good girl playthrough.
I
Oh,
did the
okay.
good girl
Yeah.
playthrough first.
Kind of boring, but
I'm loving the wild type.
Oh, you did you go the bad girl route, Brandon?
I haven't played it.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
haven't
saying who
played
would,
it. Oh.
I'm just saying who would pick the good girl route.
Oh, I
Um,
did. I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when and I'm not going to spoil it because I know Choiceslady hasn't read it, but um the villain or who we think is the villain, she's just so horrible. There was no way I was going to let MC act like her. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
And
not.
also,
She's spoiled. I mean, she
Yes.
Oh, she's a brat, total brat.
she really irritated me. And so when what happened, at the end of the chapter happened publicly, she got what she deserved. I mean, karma
Yes.
came back and bit her in the butt. She got what she deserved because she was horrible to like everybody.
Mhm.
And honestly, I did. Oh no, I did not put. Oh girl, hold my hoops. I did not. Oh, just. I did not
Yeah.
deal with that type of behavior. It's like hold my
Right.
hoops, hold my chicken nuggets. I'm going after her.
I love it.
But like she got what she deserved, and honestly, I'm not one who believes in karma. I never believe in bad juju, nothing bad. But like they always say, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Mhm.
And Poppy was, I don't know, I rule a school, you do what I say. It's like, oh heck no, homie. It's like
Right?
it's a college campus. It shouldn't have to feel like high school where you have the popular girls, you have the jocks, the geeks, the goths and all that. It shouldn't have to have felt like that, and it was.
Yeah.
And it's like someone put her into her place, and it's like no one needs a whole bad girl thing. It's a college. It's like you're supposed to be acting like college students. Yes, have some fun, but also focus on what you're doing.
Mhm.
But I feel like Queen Bee was a good book, but it also had more of the it's like high school all over again. And so like
Mhm.
no, it's like you get that whole Mean Girl, the
exactly.
whole Mean Girl movie thing going on, but just in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons I didn't want to read it because it was like, okay, I went through the freshman,
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I love the
Yeah.
freshman.
Me too.
Yeah, that was part of the reason why I haven't started it. Just because I do get tired of the high school books in general, but then
Mhm.
just that whole mean girl, mean bully type person. And I'm sure. I don't want to read
I think you
it.
muted.
Am I muted? Can you hear
Oh, there
me?
you go. You're back. You're back now.
There you go. We can hear
Oh,
you
okay,
loud and
sorry.
clear.
I was just saying, like that. Just I get tired of the high school. books in general, especially that whole mean girl, the bully type behavior.
Yeah.
That was a turn off. And
Mhm.
I heard the things that Poppy said and did, throughout the fandom, and man, she just wasn't likable. And I've never even read the book.
Yeah. You know a villain is good when you don't even like him and you haven't even figured it out why. It's like,
Yes.
oh man. Yeah. She's horrible. She's just absolutely horrible. So I was like, nope, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take the high road on this one. But I do plan on playing through it again at some point and taking the bad girl route. Just to
Yeah.
see what happens. Yeah.
I think what happens when you do the bad girl route is that I think it kind of affects the relationship with Zoe because she at some point, if you choose the bad girl, you can become like the Poppy because she's evil, and you'd be like her too. So that I think can create complications at some point because if
Hmm.
you're bad girl, but I think everything would be right at the end because. Both way you can go to the victory, but the ways are a little different. And yeah, you're right, the high school story thing, I think in a high school story they can't really go the way, like there are kind of hookup scenes, so lots of hookup scenes are there, so in a high school
Hmm.
story I don't think they would like to include the hookup scenes there, like they
Mm-mm.
don't have
Mhm.
that in the original high school story or class act books, so or the kind of threesome and stuff they have in this, so they can't really have those in high school stories, so it would be really against them. It could be, so they just go to college story, and then sort of the concept is high school story. You have this, even in a bigger way, like you have the frat boys football team, the popularity contest, this that. So
Hmm.
kind of they have punched everything together, and it's kind of a fancy game also, sort of America's Most Eligible. So I feel like everything is together. It's like you open a door and everything comes bursting out, and that's why I think it was a hit with a lot of people. And I think it's originally was a VIP book. They planned to release it as a VIP, and then suddenly at last moment they changed plans and they released this book for general public. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's
I
interesting. I
think
didn't
it
know that.
was a VIP book to
Yeah.
start off with. I think it was VIP, and then after the first month that they released the whole VIP thing, then I think with certain books they made it for everybody because not everybody can afford the VIP subscription and all that. Because I
Mm.
know when I first saw it on VIP, I'm like, I'm not going to pay $14.99 a month or however much the stupid VIP thing was, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, and after reading it and all that, I was like, you know what? I'm like, yes, it's worth it. Well, not the VIP part, no more. But the book was really worth it. But at
Yeah.
times, I felt like they did go a bit overboard with how, they included threesomes and all that. It's like that was a bit overboard. I
Mm.
mean,
Hmm.
don't get me wrong. I mean, it was interesting, but it's like, but
Yeah, I actually skipped that. I skipped that scene. I was
yeah,
like,
I
nah,
think
I'm
that
not
part.
doing that.
And it's
I,
like,
I
how can you
also
have what I can't even speak straight right now. What I found odd is that they had that party. And for those of you who've read it, you guys know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah.
about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just I. I mean, yes, I went to college a few years back, but I've never been to a party like that. I'm like, oh,
Same.
I was like,
yes.
that one chapter just made me feel a bit uncomfortable. I'm like that didn't feel like a college party. And I know this is going to go up on YouTube, but to me, it felt more like of an orgy. And I'm sorry for saying that, but
Hmm.
that's what that felt like, and it made me kind of feel uncomfortable. I was like, no, I'm like, this one chapter right here is making me uncomfortable already,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah. The scenes were in that book are saucy. Yeah, like
I
wow,
mean, don't
those are
get me
some
wrong.
spicy scenes.
Yeah, at times they're good, but that one part made me feel very dirty. I'm like, I
Mhm.
need to go take another shower. I'm like, that's I felt reading that one. Oh, I'm like, I'm good. I'm traumatized.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but I
I,
enjoyed it. I thought it was,
Overall,
I liked it more than I thought I was going to.
oh yeah. I
yeah.
think the only reason I liked it was because it had obviously Ian, but you see you just get a whole different feel of it. It's different from like what the freshman was,
Yeah,
and it's just completely different. But I mean,
yeah.
I liked it, and I'm waiting for book two. So definitely, oh yeah.
I'm hoping we get more of the tea. I'm really hoping we get more of that. I really like the whole gossip girl kind of style that went along with it. It was very TMZ. It's like, oh, hey, it's like, all right, this is happening, and we know that people are doing this. And I would love to see more of that and how it would influence the story.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'd
I
be
mean,
fun.
at first, I didn't play the book. I knew it was there. I played the first chapter probably, and then kind of stopped. Then I think about at ninth chapter, this there's a show. Kyle, he did this about the ninth chapter review, and there I heard like I saw this Benji, and then this Adoration Center, and they did.
Benji, oh gosh.
Then I said, I gotta play this when I'm gonna be playing the ninth chapter, and that's how I got hooked up to the Queen Bee book. After I watched it on Kyle's show, then I started playing the book.
Oh my gosh, oh wow, yeah, Benji. Whoa. Yeah, it's a good that's a good one. It's like if you have some time to kill and you just want something some of it is actually going to make you laugh, then Queen Bee is that's your book. That's your jam right there. You know.
Should get reading then, Cat.
I cannot read that on stream.
Well,
There are very strict terms to what you can and cannot do on Twitch.
Just put it under the hot tub category. You'll be fine.
Too funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, too funny.
Agree with that.
Yes. But yeah, I enjoyed that one. But now I'm just kind of curious what folks thought about the ending of Baby Bump. I'm just kind of curious
Oh
about
my
that.
god.
haven't
I
seen
loved
so-
Baby Bump. Oh my god, it was so cute and oh, sorry. Sorry. I actually liked it, and honestly I feel like it was different depending on the route that you would. I married the mayor, so it's like but shoot, I loved it, and it's like it gives us kind of like not like the flashback like in Big Sky Country.
Yeah.
It kind of gives us like what the future's going to be, and they ended it really really well. All I gotta say, I'm happy with at least one of Pixelberry books right now. That's all I
Yes.
got. I found it cute. Oh, I loved it. But okay, I know that some people in the fandom were like, "Will we get like a jealousy like feel from?" I guess most of you guys chose your Covington to be like a Clint or whatever the heck his name
Yeah,
was.
I chose
I
Clint.
named him Dean. So it's like, people want to see how he would get if MC didn't choose him. If MC chose, the male mayor or the female mayor. And honestly, I would have loved to have seen like, what that would have played out like. Like, hey, like, yes, I slept with her, she's carrying my kids. I'm the father. But it's
Mhm.
like I wanted to see like a little bit more like tension arise, but no, they're like, oh hey, we're BFFs. It's like, all right, what
Yeah.
happened? But okay, it's like, great, we're best friends now. Cool.
Yeah. I would like to see that actually in a lot of these books where you have multiple allies and just kind of like, all right, this is you're going one path, but maybe you also flirted with another ally and see how they
Mhm.
react to you based on that. I know that's that's a lot to have to write all these. I mean, that's way more than you can get in a regular app. But like if it was in a video game, you could totally do that. But that would be something that I would like to see. I agree with you on that. I was kind of like, okay, I was with Clint, and it was just like, wait, why is the mayor along for the ride? Like, you're not part of this. You're not part of this anymore. Like, what do you want? Yeah, it's like, why are you at my birthday
Yeah.
classes? I don't understand. you know. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that was kind of weird. Yeah.
the mayor
Oh,
at
excuse me.
birthday classes.
Yeah, the mayor
You
should.
didn't choose
Oh,
him?
sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh no, it's fine. That's another book that I have to get caught up on.
Yeah,
I
me too.
started it and I just didn't finish it, but I didn't know the mayor was showing up at the birthing classes too.
Yep.
Even
Yep.
if
There
he
you are.
chose Clint.
Yep.
Wow.
It's like you might as well invite the whole freaking town.
Yeah, because it's like, well,
Yeah,
didn't that
yeah.
happen? The brothers showed up, mayor
Yeah.
showed up. It was just like, wait, what? You know,
I was like,
Way
why
too
would the
many
brothers
people
need to be
invested.
involved?
yeah, So I thought that was kind of like, okay, this is a little overkill. I'm feeling awfully
Imagine,
uncomfortable.
imagine if like the dad had showed up. That would have been overkill. I would have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
way
would have
over,
been.
way over.
Yeah, I would have been like, no, you don't need that many people in a birthing class.
No.
Yes, yeah. And then how there was a scene in that at one of the classes where things just went horribly wrong, and I was sitting there thinking, why is MC taking this? This doesn't make any sense. It's like I'm trying not to get specific, but yeah, there was some really I felt out of character kind of stuff happening in
Yeah,
those scenes, and
yeah.
and it threw me way off. Yeah.
Mhm. Did you play that scene where the males like Mayor Covington and others who are not pregnant, but I don't know, through a belt or a device they make them feel how it feels during the delivery, and almost Covington brother shouted like he was gonna die. So I found out that was a hilarious scene.
Yes, that one was funny. That was a funny scene. Yes, yeah, I liked Clint's brothers. I thought they were fun. They were kind of a fun addition. Having that little extra family drama was cool. My thoughts on at least on that particular book is that the focus on the town politics was a little kind of for me. It's like, okay, this is a bit too much. We're getting way too involved for being focused on family.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I would have liked to have seen more of either her, MC, getting closer to the family, like learning about the family, meeting the family, because we didn't get to meet the sister-in-law at all. We never got to meet her, or the other the Clint's brother's kids. We never got to meet them either. I don't remember. I don't think.
No, no.
Yeah, so it's like I would have liked to have seen more of that and a little less of the whole election and Craig thing. Not that it
Ugh,
wasn't funny,
Craig, what a
but
creeper. Ugh.
not that it wasn't funny, but it's like I just would have liked to have seen more of the family stuff.
Babies are cute. I mean, really, the cutest babies of choices, I guess. They're really
Yeah,
cute.
They
yeah, they were.
really
Well,
are
Mhm,
adorable.
mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't get the bonus scene. I missed it by one picture. One
Oh,
picture.
How dare you?
Yes, I was like, but there was okay. That was where it's like, okay, I was kind of irritated because there was a lot of these like outfits and stuff, and it was like, wait, why is Clint only wearing like the same suit that he always wears? But we're about to look really cute, and the babies are looking super cute, and he doesn't get another suit. Like, it's like, why isn't it like the Royal Romance where the king gets an
Oh,
outfit?
Liam.
Oh, I know, I love
mhm.
me some Liam. But the king gets an outfit, the daughter gets an outfit, and the queen gets an outfit. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
'Cause I think this one was more focused on MC and her.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, the Royal Romance is more focused on MC too, but it's like she was able to purchase outfits for everybody,
Right.
and
Mhm.
it's
And I
like
thought
it
they should
wasn't
have
just her. It wasn't just her and the princess. It was her king and princess who had like every outfit for like every occasion, every ball, you name it. There were some things where Liam didn't get one. Yeah, and that's fine. But it's like all the major events. She purchased it for everybody, for all three.
Yeah, and I
And,
thought that was something that they should have
uh,
had.
unless if they did it to where, unless if you're not official with that person. So like if MC wasn't officially like walked in with Clint or with Mayor Dixon, I don't think it really like mattered until. I mean, I don't know. I'm just rambling on now, but but yeah. I mean, I don't know where I was going with that no more.
Oh no. I think I think I get what you're saying, but that was
Yeah.
kind of what I was hoping is that we would get outfits for the whole family. So it's like, okay, if
Mhm.
you're with Mayor Dixon, it's you and the mayor and the kiddos, and everybody gets an outfit. You,
Yeah,
Clint, and the kiddos, everybody gets an outfit. You know,
but that
so
didn't happen. I mean, he
nope.
got what, one outfit,
Yeah,
and
he only had like one outfit change.
yeah, and it was
Maybe
only for
two.
the whole like election thing. That was about it. It's like, why give him the one outfit
Hmm.
and then not give him anything else throughout the rest of like the entire book? It's like, give him, oh my god, give him more outfits.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eh,
that's like a whole other thing too. It's like that's like another topic other than stories, but it
yeah.
transcends all of the books. If
It
somebody
really
is
does.
gifting you clothes, I should not have to pay for that. I should not have to pay diamonds
No.
for somebody gifting me clothes.
Exactly.
It's like,
No,
don't do
you
this. Why
shouldn't.
are you doing this to me? you know?
And I like buying the clothes and everyone else has on the same old thing. Like
Right.
I
Exactly.
could have
Mhm.
kept on the same old thing too.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is I think why I ended up, not getting at least that one extra picture because I didn't buy all the outfits. I didn't do that. So I was like, nope, not doing it. I bought the picture of the kiddos in the rain. I just thought that was so cute. I couldn't take it. That picture was adorable. They did really well with those art scenes for the
They did.
pictures. Yeah,
Hmm.
but in the beginning when they were first like newborn and buying like little outfits and stuff, I was like, oh wait, I learned from the royal heir. I'm not buying that.
And it cost you heavy. Didn't get the bonus.
Nope. It's like somebody will have it up. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
There are tons on YouTube. You can go ahead. Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, and I agree. Like when MC doesn't wear an outfit, then it says, "Well, your impression will be bad." There's that, but our competitors, they're not changing their outfit, but they are
Yeah,
winning from different
yeah. I think what like and I'm trying to think of and like say desire and decorum. It's like really what I'm wearing going to really make a difference in how you're looking at me? Like really,
It's
you
like,
know?
you already hate me already, so
Yeah,
it's like, does it matter how I dress now?
yeah. It's like, oh well, we still don't like you, but at least you picked a nice bonnet. you know? Like, gosh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that also lasts for a little bit of time. Like, yeah, I mean, you're going in front of a mob boss who like wants to kill you. I think it was in Perfect Match. They said dress up in this, and you
Yes,
will make a perfect
Yes.
impression and talk smoothly with him. I mean, at the end, he's gonna come after me. He's gonna kill me. So why do we need to impress him anyway?
exactly. Yeah, it's like remind me why I'm dressing up for this conversation. It was. I think they had a scene like that in Wolf Bride too, where it's like, okay, hey, go talk to this guy. I mean, they didn't make you change your clothes, but they did make you like, act more. Like, all right, we're gonna try to shift this a little bit so folks can get out. It's like, no, just don't do that. He's the bad guy. You know? Why is he falling for this? I thought he was smarter than that.
Yeah, that's that. All right, so now this is interesting. The Nanny Affair book 2 is set to release this June 18. So I hope all of
Yes.
you have played the
Yes.
book 1 and
I'm,
eagerly
Yes.
wait for book 2, right?
Oh
eh,
yes.
I'm
Oh
going to
yeah.
replay before book 2 comes out.
Yeah, I need to replay it
That's
again.
good.
Yeah, I want to replay.
I'm in Sam.
Yeah, gosh, Sam.
Which one though? Which model? Which one?
I like
Male.
Asian male Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
He,
played both. I played when I first played through. I actually played with Fem Sam, and I had the black female Sam, and then when I played it again, I picked the Caucasian model Sam.
I play
Yeah.
Um,
yeah,
Caucasian.
yeah,
yeah,
he was hot.
he is
He was.
very hot.
I had
I was
the
Yeah,
like,
and
hello.
all the Fem Sam models are gorgeous. All of
They
them.
are
You can't go
oh
wrong.
beautiful.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
they are
I
beautiful.
love the
All three of
Caucasian
them.
female one. I'm in love
Mhm.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they are all beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah, and I know they had if there was the leak of the cover, and stuff on Instagram and Tumblr, and I know that there was some fury. Some folks were upset, like, well, why didn't they show the female Sam on the cover? And it's like, well, they didn't on the actual cover of
First
the
one.
first book either.
Hmm.
Um, but where it shined was when you loaded the book, and based on your pairing, your loading screen changed.
Yeah, that
You know,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was
yeah.
great.
So,
Yeah.
so it's like, yes, just be patient, trust. You're gonna see your lady Sam all over you. Trust me, it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen because they did it in the first book. Why would they change that? Because I
Yeah.
thought that was super cool. That based on your LI and how they looked, your loading screen changed, and I was thinking, wow, if only we could have had that with all the rest of the books. you know?
Mm,
Eight. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I also chose the female Caucasian Sam, and yeah, it was great. I think the art scene specifically when we enter the Dalton Enterprise, and I think Sam was sitting on the desk, and
oh,
that
that
was
was
like
amazing.
wow. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew that. How did they come up with this? And this was like mind blowing art scene, and that was great.
I have that on my lock
Yeah.
screen actually. Uh,
Oh, I totally screenshotted it as soon as we saw him.
I had to,
Yeah.
I had to get it perfect though because it kept zooming in and the lighting kept getting bright. I had to take so many screenshots. It took a while.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, and doing it just to play through that first time, and it's like, and I look, and there she is with beautiful curls sitting on the desk. It was just like, wow, this gal, woo, and she's tough looking too. Like, oh man, I like it. You know, um, to me, and I don't know how others feel about it. I don't know if anyone else plays both. Both LIs or both the male and the female Sam. I just felt like the scenes almost felt different with the female Sam and
Yeah,
of course our MC.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, than playing with the male Sam. I don't know. It just she seemed a lot more commanding because of
Oh
the
yeah.
the 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 language. You know.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
she
that's
did.
cool.
The
Very
scenes
good.
hit
Wow.
different. Not even kidding. The scenes hit different with her. It does.
Yeah,
They do.
she wanted to be in control. She was
Yeah,
definitely
it's very intense when you play with the Fib Sam.
yeah.
Huh.
Same,
Oh,
same,
wow.
same, pretty much the same dialogue, but it's just different. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Strong
Because
casting
women are
power.
better. I'm just kidding.
I like to switch it up because, like in Open Heart, my MC is male in Open Heart, so the scenes are just different when he's talking to Ethan or talking to the other characters and stuff. It's like, sorry,
yeah.
I know, Open Heart's a soft spot. Sorry, Danielle. Sorry,
It's
but
okay. I'll forgive you.
but I like to switch it up and play both genders depending on the books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
They
I
they could
agree.
have easily made a male nanny for this one. I'm not even kidding. They really
Exactly.
could.
Yeah, that's a good
They,
Exactly.
point.
they,
I
they
also
could have,
agree.
and I'm
Yeah.
surprised that they did it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
that
there
definitely
could
would
be
change
male
things up a bit.
cheerleaders. I'm sorry, yeah, male cheerleaders in books and other male stuff. So I don't see the point why there can't be a male nanny. And
Hmm.
it would have been a great book if it was with male. But I think, yeah, the way the bond, I don't think, it could have been because the Mickey Mason and MC's bond, like the motherly
It's
love that
motherly. Hmm.
gives to Mickey and Mason. I think they did. I mean, they needed to come up with two different, plots then or different dialogues if it were a male. So things would have been different. So I see in that way they probably decided that it's only going to be gender locked. But yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, I
did.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Mm.
Because it is kind of building a different type of motherly relationship with Anna. It's like I keep forgetting MC's names because I always change them.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I told
If I
mine.
could customize the LI name, I change it too.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
told mine Bella.
Oh, you named your MC Bella?
Yeah, it just had a vibe about it. Bella. There's something about it. It just matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. But I'm very much looking forward to the nanny affair too. I'm super
I
stoked on.
am as
Yeah,
well.
I'm so excited. I just
Yes.
hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't like. 'Cause I know. I swear I read somewhere there was a possibility of multiple endings or something like that. And one thing that's going to
Oh,
one thing that might kind of upset me is the fact that they might derail the relationship a bit. Because there's been talk of another nanny coming into the mix. It's like
Oh heck,
Yeah.
yes.
it's gonna hit
I
me because
love
I'm
that.
thinking that it's gonna be the repeat of the first book, except you're the fiance or you're the partner this time, and she might be with the nanny. I'm thinking it's gonna be a bit of
Hmm.
deja vu. And
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
that will hit
Well,
hard.
that's
I'm
what everyone's talking about right now. That it might go back to how the first book happened with
Hmm.
book two. I mean, I can kind of see it, but we can't really know for sure until it comes out.
That's
right.
So
true. It's true. We
I
can
guess
only
it's just
speculate.
rumor and speculation. We don't really know what's going to happen until the book comes out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the tagline about there being like a new nanny, that could be with let's say MC marry somebody into the book, then they need a new nanny. It's like like who
Right,
knows?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
The
we'll have to
new
see.
nanny thing they teased in one of the insiders, no, one of the blog posts last year. When they said the plot, they also said they'd be saying why Sam hates the subway. So probably why Sam, something related to Sam's previous wife's death and everything. So those things would be disclosed. So there was a Q&A with the writers of the nanny affair, and they said it last year in one of the blog posts. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see how they go on about it, because yeah, the Sam and MC's bond is really nice. Even a nanny comes in the town, that wouldn't mean Sam would be going after her, being heads over heels for her. So yeah, we'd have to see how they go on about it. And yeah, endless possibility. Waiting for 18th June, I guess, the release date. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
Yes.
really awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I would love to see them go into more of Sam's backstory, finding out about their wife,
Wife.
and
Yes.
yeah,
yeah.
I'd like to know more about that.
I'd
You
say
know.
that'd be the thing that keeps their bond strong and makes it stronger, so that there's no her going to another nanny. The fact that they've got this backstory coming in to build up. 'Cause I know they definitely said they're gonna do some backstory. I think they might do some for the MC maybe, but I think
Hmm.
it's mainly just Sam. But I hope that will build up the bond stronger so that they do stay together. And the relationship does work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think too, what makes it different is that with Sam and Sophia, that was more of an arrangement. Like there was no feeling there.
Mm-mm.
Whereas with Anna, there was feelings involved. So that should definitely make a difference, even if a new nanny does come into the picture.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, and well, Sam, Sam hasn't had an opportunity to react to the fully react to the betrayal, right? If I remember right.
Hmm.
Mm.
No,
Yeah,
he hadn't,
yeah,
or
and
no, they haven't.
right. So it's like I want to see more of that, and I wonder if there's going to be almost like a kind of like a some rift at the corporation. Sophia's gotta come back in on that one. It's like all right, I'm just obviously speculating, but it's like is she gonna come in to try to say what, since you were pulling all this jazz, I'm trying to take over the company, even though she's not married to Sam, at least
Yeah.
not yet.
God.
But I know at the end
But
of
Right?
book
I know,
I
right?
one,
want it.
at the end of book one, they said that I guess like it was like quickly since they never got married, things started to plummet.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, there was.
the business stuff started to go down and all that. But
Yeah.
apparently now, from what the heading says for book two, that oh well, what happens after things skyrocket and all that. Like what I'm kind of wondering what the consequences are going to be now, since
Mhm.
they didn't get married. He didn't choose her. He ran off with his nanny. But also, it's like you guys had said, we never saw how Sam dealt with the betrayal of his
Hmm.
so-called
Mhm.
I
brother,
hope they
and
come back.
Sophia.
Right.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm a Robin fan. I love Robin. As
He was
shady
creepy.
as Robin is, I
Oh my
love
god.
Robin.
And that is
He kind
why
of
I'm
like
great.
a little creepy.
And that is
Like,
why I'm grateful for Laws of Attraction Chapter 3. I won't say what, but I'm just gonna say that's why I'm grateful for that chapter, and
Oh,
you will see.
okay.
Trust me.
Oh.
I know. I have to. I need to get back into Laws of Attraction. I'm still only on chapter 1. But I was trying to catch up on get caught up with Baby Bump, and I'm working through Open Heart. So after I do this, I will get back onto Laws of Attraction.
You
It
need to
gets better
attract
from the first chapter.
attraction more because it's picking up its space. Hurry up.
Better. We're on chapter 6 now. I better be picking up that pace, especially after the
Mhm.
last chapter. Oh my god, I'm furious after that last chapter.
Oh,
That's all I'll say.
Oh.
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
haven't read that one
behind.
yet. I haven't read Slow Burn. I haven't.
Mm.
Those are the only two that I haven't read yet.
I really let me see where I'm at with Soulburn because I really tried. I tried so hard,
But the
but
one
I
that I tried really hard on was Wolf Bride, and I just could not. I could not do it.
couldn't get into it.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's weird.
So
It's a different one. I couldn't do it.
yeah, so it's like what we got, or we had 5 VIP books. Of course, Scandalous Proposal isn't VIP anymore.
Good
But
one.
I
That's
haven't
true.
finished Unexpected Heiress. I haven't finished Mismatch. I just couldn't feel it
Oh,
either.
Mismatch.
I
Mismatch.
loved Mismatch.
I
That
didn't.
is one you want to read. That's
Yes, I
that's a good one.
love that book.
I'm very
Yeah,
disappointed that it's only getting one book, but it
Hmm.
is worth it. It is one you definitely want to read.
yeah,
What was that?
yeah. I'll have to try that one again. And then I'm still only on chapter 1 of Slow Burn. I think it's like I said. I was reading way too many books, so I'd have to
Oh,
like. I need to just like pick one and settle on it, because that's what I did with the Very Scandalous Proposal. It's like I stopped reading other stuff and read only that book, and I
Yeah.
really loved it.
Starting off
mhm.
slow.
Simon has
That
my
one,
heart. Love it.
yeah, that I'm still working through a very scandalous proposal too. But
Mhm,
so far, what I've read, I do like it.
Oh,
mhm.
Simon. I love Simon.
First 3 chapters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I read it
Um,
twice.
and
Wow.
I don't, yeah, it's like I would definitely love to talk to some folks, like like after everybody reads it and stuff, talk to y'all again about it, because there's some things that it's like I can only ask that question of somebody who's actually already read it, and I don't want to
Mhm.
spoil nothing. So, but yeah, I would definitely love to talk to everybody again once the book is over.
Well, in private time, well, whenever you want to chat about it, I'm more than willing to because I've read it twice and I love it.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I don't mind talking your ear off. I don't mind you talking my ear off about it. So
Cool.
I can gossip about that.
Yeah. I'm loving the book so far. I can't wait to keep reading it. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm only 3 chapters in, but I really like it. Specifically, the MC and Eli's love, the love relationship. It's one love interest book, and I think the way they are sort of into it as a settlement, but how they're gonna fall in love, that would be really interesting because I like this kind of stories. And also, what I think would be interesting, I think we're gonna get a letter from the 13th Duke from 1901 about his very scandalous love life because
Oh
he married
yes.
somebody and then he used to
Yep.
write letters. So we just get one letter so far in chapter 2, and the background music and the way the letters are written, it really sweeps you back to 1901 almost. So I'm really waiting to see how those letters turn out and what we learn about that love life of that duke. So I'm really excited about that. What secrets does this Montjar family hold? Really excited to read. Yeah.
Let me just say that you will uncover a lot of things that you didn't
Hmm.
realize were actually going to happen. It does
Yes.
get interesting. And when you take a glimpse at the letters, I get the whole desire and decorum feel.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's the feel you get when you get thrown back into like the whole taking a glimpse, from what the letters are.
Yeah.
And you get to understand more or less what happened, how it happened, and it just goes on, and it's really interesting to find out the actual truth behind all those letters.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Okay.
It's a really great story to read. Just really sad that it only got the one book, but it's
Hmm.
something very, very interesting, and I love it.
Yeah.
So
It really needs a sequel. It really does.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it does,
Um.
but they're not going to do it. So
No. No. There's some little twisties and turns. I think if for those who haven't read it yet, I think you'll enjoy it. So.
Yeah.
I
hmm
read it once, but it was a while ago, so I have a vague memory of it.
Hmm.
And perhaps when they're releasing it for general public, and I think this is the new way they're following, and this is the trend they're going to follow for VIP books that they will be releasing for general public, because before it, I think Hot Couture and With Every Heartbeat, they just released all the chapters at once, but this time they're releasing a chapter every week like they do with any normal newly releasing books. So probably they will see the rating, because I don't think a lot of people are VIP. Majority is just non-VIP players. So if they think that, wow, this book is really good, and since now I think there's only the slow burn VIP book, so I don't take into account that. So I have just Laws of Attraction and A Very Scandalous Proposal, since those books ended, and still there's time with Nanny Affairs. So if people get into it sort of, and if they start liking it because it is a great book, so then there's a possibility that they can make a sequel, because this is the majority of people reading this book and they're releasing it weekly. So, well, who knows? Maybe there could be a sequel, but we don't know yet.
Hmm.
Yeah. When is the shipwrecked book? When did they say that was coming out? I heard that that's VIP.
Later this
Yeah.
year, I believe.
I haven't
Yeah.
checked my
Okay.
Choices Insider yet.
I think it's
Yeah.
just later this. They just said later the year.
Later this year. Yeah, and it is going to be VIP only. I did find out about that through Instagram.
That's
I
that's
didn't. That wasn't me
disappointing.
getting it.
Yes.
But yeah, But Mandy, who gets a lot of good info because she contacts Pixelberry and stuff, and that they believe she was the one who confirmed that for us that it's going to be
She
VIP only.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, was the one that posted it.
I think well, like they did it with Queen Bee, so they can change their mind at the last moment. We really can hope, but well, now also because Slow Burn will be ending, so they need another book. And I think only with VIP books they're releasing quickly, because with non-VIP books they've been saying we'll be releasing Crimes of Passion for almost 1 year. Because
Hmm.
in last year's June's blog post, they say we have a murder mystery and political mystery book, and then they're still releasing the Crimes of Passion. They've been saying for zombie book for a long time, and they're not saying anything about the VIP books from too far away, because they said about Mismatch in one blog post, and after 1 month they released Mismatch. Same thing happened with Slow Burn, and now Shipwrecked. So I think these books, yeah, it makes sense that they didn't mention earlier. So they're just doing these things with VIP. That's the trend. Probably we're going to see more with the insiders. Who knows?
Hmm.
That's one thing. So, what was your favorite scene from the Nanny Affair book one? Because now what memory do you want to have before you start reading book two, and what do you want to see the repeat? Because sort of, I think book one was about the Sam and MC, the unapproved love, because there's forbidden romance. Then there's what do you want to see back? Like any scene, any moment that you loved and you'd like to repetition of that in book two? What do you think?
Ooh.
I
Uh,
thought the little cafe scene when they go out for the milkshakes and everything. I
Oh
thought
yeah.
that
That
one was
was
really
cute.
cute.
That was cute.
That was
Yeah,
nice.
so I
I
would love
liked
to
it.
see Sam taking Anna out on more dates. I would love to see like
hmm
mhm.
actual dates.
You
you know,
might.
yeah, actual
Yeah.
dates. You know, not just hooking up in the home office and stuff.
And on the jet, and
And
Oh
yeah,
everywhere,
yeah,
basically
everywhere.
everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But one of my favorite scenes, or I guess moments from the Nanny Affair, was at the wedding when Sam told the boys, "Let's go get our girl." That
hmm
melted my heart.
Oh
I loved it.
yes,
I loved it.
I
yeah,
love that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that has to be like the best. the best one because it's like it's not just Sam saying it, and the boys agree too, and they fell in love
Mhm.
with their nanny, and that's something rare that you never really find. Like I've
Mhm.
watched like a ton of movies and like have seen it. It's like okay, well usually the parents aren't happy with the nanny or the kids aren't. They're like okay, you're like gone. But it's like in this book, it's like they come to have a relationship with her. They go to her for everything, and she has like this bond with them. So when she made that tough choice, and I think they're out in Italy, I think to like leave,
Mhm.
like you can see how devastated Sam and Mickey were. They thought it was them, and she's like, "It's not you guys." And like that part broke my heart because it's like they grew attached to her,
Mhm.
and she became important to them. Not I wouldn't say like a mother, but she was just like a female figure to them. She's like, well, that's like she was their person.
Mhm.
And so like when she had to leave, I was like, oh my, don't take it out of the babies. I mean, they're just babies. But but yeah, like I whole wedding part when Sam's like, well, let's go get her, girl. They're like, yeah, let's go get her. Like that part, I was like, oh my god, like these
Yeah.
boys. Like oh my god, I'm in my feels, but
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it was like, okay, Mickey and Mason, they had already seen Anna as part of the family. It's like, okay, Sam, it's just up to you to realize you belong with Anna. Come
Mhm.
on, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did say, I mean, early on that they wanted her to be a part of the family.
Yep. Yep.
And they felt that way. So, yeah, it was all up to Sam.
Yeah. So I'm glad Sam figured it out. But it was kind of cool to see that progression. There was the scene with the boys. I think when we went to like the street fair or something, and they went to the food carts, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
I when I played it the first time, I didn't do that diamond scene with the boys. When I played it the second time, I did, and it was just like, oh, I'm so glad I played this because they were like, well, why can't you be our mom? It's like, oh, you're killing me, like it was just so sweet. And then I think was it Mason, the one they called her Suckfia. I about died. I cracked up. I actually like snort laughed when I was reading that. I just thought it was so funny. You
Wait, is
know.
Mason the mischievous one or is that Mickey?
Mason's
Which
the less mischievous one with
I think
glasses.
Mason's the one who wears glass. Do they both wear
Yeah,
glasses?
No,
Mason wears glasses.
Mason.
Mickey's the
So then it was
okay.
mischievous.
Mickey then that called her
So it's
Suckfia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mickey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mickey
yeah,
was
Hey,
the one
Mickey, this is
who
Clyde.
danced down the
I'm
aisle.
back in Mickey.
yes. Cracked me up so hard.
Mickey was the one that I had danced down the aisle
Yeah.
Oh.
after Sophia's speech about them walking, nicely, and I had him dance down the aisle.
Yeah. I would say like in any of the scenes with the twins in it are like some of the best scenes of the book.
Yes,
Those
yes.
kids are great. They're really well written, and I'm kind of weird about kids in fiction, but those two, they're just fantastic. They're
They
well done.
are.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
really are.
Hmm.
The food cart scene, I think, yeah, that was really awesome, and I felt like that was a wholesome moment also because we go there and we have the time with the kids, and like you said, the heart to heart, and they wanting us to be their mom instead of Sophia. And then also it was really wholesome, that scene, to be honest.
Hmm.
For a lot of reasons, it really resonated well with me. And other than that, like I said, I really like the scene. I think it's the pre-engagement or something where Sophia was there and Sam was giving a speech, and then suddenly Robin says, "Hey, you want to make Sam jealous and let's start kissing or something?" Then Sam starts sort of literally babbling, and the Sam forgets the speech and starts stuttering, and that was really like I was living up for that, and so far that was super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely wanted to make Robin jealous. I mean, Sam jealous.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah, that was a really funny scene. I like that too. And it's like, oh, and all of a sudden, Sam is glaring at you across the room, like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, okay, I'm
Mhm.
sorry." Like, I know you're gonna be upset, but oh well. you
Are you
know?
really sorry? Are you really sorry though?
No, it's
No,
like
Yeah.
pay attention
no.
No.
to me.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's like I'm right here. Like you don't love her. I'm right here.
Let me
Yeah,
come get me.
yeah, exactly. You know, and did anybody else do the dance scene? The
The
cute
No.
dance
Oh, I
inappropriate
scene?
did.
dance, I did.
Yeah, I
Me
did.
too.
I did. But I felt like that was just so awful. That was so blatant and in your face.
Yes.
If people should have known then that something.
Yeah,
I,
it's like
I, I don't think it took Sophia's speech to let people know that something was going on between them. If they were dancing like
yeah,
suggestively in front of everybody at Sam's
Yeah,
engagement party.
yeah,
yeah. And then going to the gala with the MC on Sam's arm. It's like, hello, look at
Yeah,
that dress. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
in all fairness,
And
yeah,
Sam
Sophia
gave
gave it
her
to
that
them.
dress.
yeah. It's like that's not
Yeah,
platonic. We're just hanging out material. Come on now.
Mm-mm.
right, right.
Yeah,
I mean,
the best
Sophia did
friends
practically give
alive.
them that night anyway, so
yeah,
may as well,
yeah,
may as well
Brandon.
flaunt it. May as well flaunt it.
Well, yeah, that's that too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
it definitely
Sophia was with
was.
Robin at that point anyway. That's where Sophia was with Robin that night anyway.
Yeah, that's
True,
what I think.
true.
So,
So
in all
it was
fairness,
okay.
yeah,
Mm.
What
Yeah.
was your favorite thing, Brendan, from Nanny Affair book one? Because it was your first book, after all, in choices.
that's actually a tough one. There were a lot of scenes. But I think my favorite was the engagement party. Actually, I think it was just before the jealousy scene. There was a deep moment where she started talking how she lost her first wife, and she was locking eyes with the main character. She was saying it, and then how she's found this person who's brought her life back, and I thought that was a really deep moment between them that kind of
Yeah.
skyrocketed it a bit more than the other run-ins together. So I thought that was a really deep scene.
Oh, okay, like he was Sam was talking about MC, about being the person that they found after the wife passed.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
mixture between that and then the episode way further on, when they fooled around for the last time, and MC was making the hard decision
Mm.
for Sam and the boys to well be happy even though she wasn't going to be, but for them to run for things to run smoothly for them, for their lives to work out, making the tough choice for everybody. So it was a
Oh
mixture of everything,
yeah.
but it was there were just so many scenes I loved. It was an amazing book.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny because when I would talk to people about choices and stuff, my friends, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out." It's like, okay, so what did you pick as your first book? And at least three of them picked the Nanny Affair as their first book.
Yeah.
Guilty.
It's a great book. It's a great book.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It
I
is.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And
So,
I
yeah.
think that they picked up. I think if you play choices for the first time, like you install it, and then you have this, you're given this option. What do you want to play? Mystery, steamy romance, or some, I don't know, adult story or something. And then if you click on steamy romance, then you go to the Nanny Affair directly. So you have to play this, and then you're given this option with a royal something. Then you'll be given this option to play royal romance books. I think so it's sometimes they play the book for the first time and they get hooked up with it. Like, wow, this is really good. And I remember first time playing choices. Same thing happened with me. Then the Nanny Affair wasn't there, so stories. I don't remember what option it was. Some story, and then I clicked on it, and then they showed me high school story, and that was the moment. The first book, and it really set up the bar high for me. So yeah, I understand why they would be so affectionate with the Nanny Affair.
Yeah.
So
It was an
what
interesting
is
book.
what
Go
is
ahead.
the default story for choices now? Because when I started playing, I started January 2019. And the default story that would just come up was the royal romance for me.
Um,
Um, has that changed?
no, as far as I
Does
know,
anyone know?
I started back kind of when Pixelberry first came out. So that was like probably back in 15, 16. The default story at that time was The Crown and the Flame and also the Freshman series and Most Wanted.
Okay.
So those were like the three main ones that were, the defaults at that time.
Yeah.
Brendan is the new player, so Brendan knows probably.
Yeah, I'm the newbie. I started around August, going on November 20, August going on September 2020. So it was the choice between Steamy and Romance, which was the Royal Romance on one of the years, and then the Nanny Affair. And
Oh.
I did boot up again on a new phone because I think I was showing somebody. And as far as I know, it is still that one. So it's still Steamy, Nanny Affair, or Romance, Royal Romance as of now.
Hmm.
Oh,
So,
Oh, so you get choices. I don't think I got a choice. It when I opened the app, it just started with the Royal Romance.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't think I got a choice.
Yeah,
yeah,
Interesting.
at the time, yeah, it was like that. I
yeah. For
got
me,
a
I got the
choice first time.
freshman. The freshman was my first book. So
Wow, you're the OGs. You've been playing for a long time.
I
yeah.
wanted something steamy.
Yeah. Well, it was like, okay, so I played the freshman first, and
Yeah.
then and I want to say the sophomore was already out by the time I got to the app, and then then after that I read Rules of Engagement,
Oh
Wow,
and then I read
wow.
the Royal Romance. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started just at the October 2019, and I had been given the options too, and I clicked on. I don't remember what, but you are given Bloodbound, high school story back then. It's not given now, so now I think it's only Royal Romance, Bloodbound, and Nanny Affair, depending on what kind of genre you choose. So there are three or four genres there. They show you like which one do you want to play, and then in steamy romance they have the Nanny Affair. Under one genre they have royal romance, and under one genre they have bloodbound. I think vampire they call it, but I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah. It's like, of
Mm.
course, when I first started reading Choices, there was no Bloodbound. I would have read that first if it had been there. I would have read it first. So. But
Yeah.
I loved the freshman series. I every time one of those books came out, I was all over it. I loved it every time they
Hmm.
came out. Even played the summer vacation. I was like, I'm doing this.
Yes, that one was fun. I like that one.
Yeah, and I remember the year that Pixelberry had allowed us to play all of the date books for free. All the diamond stuff was free. The books were free.
What?
So, hmm
Hmm.
yep.
Wow.
Yep. So you could play all the diamond stuff you wanted, and it was for free as long as you did it within like a certain time. Yeah.
Yep.
They need to do that again.
Yeah, they need to do that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So,
know,
yeah.
I would love to see more one shots like that. It's like I love the Desire and Decorum First Christmas. That was fantastic. That was such a great book. A nice little way to kind of end that series real sweet. Same with the Royal
Mhm.
Romance, going and doing the holiday over at
Mhm.
in uh oh gosh, I always call her
Olivia's place.
yeah, Olivia's area. It's like I always call her Red, but yeah, in Olivia's territory, I thought that was a really good little nice little bridge between the two books, or that and the air. you know I would like to see
Hmm.
some more one shots like that, where you get to play your favorite characters and do different stuff with them. So
Yeah, and I could tell you where they should start.
yes.
But I won't say it. I'm sure everyone already knows it.
Yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do. That. Yeah, it's like, can I go back to Most Wanted, please?
Right. That was a really good one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for the bigger series, those one shots are actually a lot of fun to go back and read.
Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
Enjoying them all.
that's
Yeah.
true. How many of you have read Witness? Just wanted to know.
Uh,
I've
I have
read
not
it.
finished it.
I've
Never read it.
I've read it. I've read it.
I read it too.
Never read it.
Ooh, I
What did
talked
you
so
think?
much trash about that book. I did. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, not gonna lie about that. Let me. I was like, where did I leave off? Let me see where I left off because I really struggled on that one. Oh, okay. I'm on chapter 22. Um,
Gosh, it was.
I oh,
You've got a long
It
run ahead.
dragged on.
yeah.
It
I'm like, I
really
can't do
dragged
this.
on.
You
It
know,
is
when I
really
when I
long.
got when I got to like that first chapter, and it was like the main character is thoroughly unlikable, in my opinion, thoroughly unlikable. I could not get into her at all. And then it was like, why is Cassian tolerating this mess? Like, you know, and then it's like, okay, well, let's pay 15 diamonds so Cassian will make you pancakes, or okay, let's pay 15 diamonds so Cassian will carry you with your sprained ankle up the stairs. It's like, hello, I'm hurt. Yes, carry me up the stairs. Like, what? Like, why am I paying for that? Um,
Yeah,
uh,
I think the diamond structure was the worst part of that book. I mean, and there were some other things too, like the plot was just, uh,
uh,
but the diamond structure was ridiculous. And I know
yeah,
that they were trying something new, but
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
and
ever try that again.
yeah.
yeah,
There's another one of these apps that has a very similar diamond structure, and it was like, oh, I see where y'all got that from. Don't do that
Yeah, yeah.
again. you
Leave
know
well enough alone. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, because that is like a lot of those. It was like, wait a minute, why would I? Okay, between the difference between riding my bike and then getting on the motorcycle, you're making me pay for that. You're making me, it's like,
every
okay,
little thing.
yes, yes, yeah, stuff
Yeah,
that
and
yeah.
Cassian cooked the waffles and she didn't even eat them.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't pay those diamonds. Then I would have been mad.
Yeah, she didn't even eat them.
Uh, and so and the way I played it, there was basically no really romance between those two at all. So it's like, oh well, do you want to kiss Cassian? Nope. Like, oh, do you want to do this? Nope. you know, like, not doing it. Nope, not doing it. Yeah.
yeah,
And you made a good choice because if you took like a diamond scene and there is romance within that scene, there's another diamond scene.
hmm Yep. Yep. That's why I was like, nope, I can't do this anymore. And it took me a long time just to get to 22. And I think that was partly because I was diamond mining at that point. And I had never really
Hmm.
diamond mined a book until then, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't finished. I think they're still in Ireland, at the
Yeah.
point where I'm at.
yeah.
You probably got 20 odd chapters to still go to. You go, okay.
Oh, for real? Oh no.
I'm joking. Actually, I can check. Actually, I can check. I'll do it in a second.
Yeah,
I love choices, but I don't love that book.
So you're up to chapter
think
22.
they were experimenting on this, and sort of it blew back on their face. And the diamond scene, like you mentioned, yeah, people sort of didn't like it. And I think, you know what, also because I think this was the first book in non-VIP section where they tried this one love interest thing, and also
Hmm.
beside that, I think the lack of characters, because it also had I don't know, 11 or some characters. So lack of characters and also felt to people, because if you have more characters, maybe if like one character and you go back to like, okay, all right, going to play this for this character. So that was also sort of that thing. And the short chapter length, I mean, it was ridiculously short, and you wait 1 week and you just get 5 minute or 4 minute of chapter, and then they sort of drag it on for 28 chapters. It sort of
Hmm.
it was getting to the readers, but I don't know it's true or not, but I think this book could have been the a sort of a mother book for my two first loves, because I don't know, I think this book could have given this option that my two first loves, they should release it weekly. If they're releasing a book that is ridiculously short, say 5 minutes, 6 minutes, they should release it every day, so that the pace is short, but everybody would keeping up with the book will be keeping up with the book. So I don't know, because my two first loves was released a few months after this book was released. So yeah, but my two first loves was quite interesting, and it was received well, because I think chapter lengths were short, and they also experimented something with this with the daily
The
release.
daily release.
Yeah, and that's a
Yeah.
lot to keep up with. So props to the writers for tolerating that one. It's like, man, it's like
Yeah.
that's a lot of chapters, and folks were really, like, okay, we want Ava's a love interest, so it's like, okay, now you got to go hurry up and write that, and if you're doing this daily, you really got to bust these chapters out. Yeah, that's a lot of work. So
Hmm. A
kudos to them
huge
'cause I did like
undertaking.
it. Yeah, I liked it. I actually liked that book a lot.
Yeah, the first person writing specifically. I saved the date. Same. I think whenever they write in first person, it kind of speaks volume of the book because it resonates well, even when it's just written in a descriptive manner. Because it feels like the storyteller is you, and it just feels awesome. And the music they also use from with every heartbeat. Also, they use some musics, and it was really awesome. And I specifically like the boy next door.
Yeah, yeah. So who did everybody pick, or did everybody read it?
I
Read
read
which
it. I
one?
my
In My First Two Loves.
Oh, I haven't
I
read
read
it.
that.
No.
Yeah, I haven't read it
Oh,
either.
okay. Oh, you haven't. Okay. Yeah. I picked our best friend.
I think
I
I'm
picked Mason.
I think I'm the odd man out between you two. I picked Noah.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I like Noah a lot. I do, but I picked Mason because nobody was picking him. And on Facebook, folks were trashing Mason, trashing him. I was like, oh
Oh.
no, I'm sticking with my guns. I'm sticking with Mason. I'm doing it. Yeah, because there was a lot of Mason hate going on Facebook. It was bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. Go on. Yeah, go on. You're saying something.
Who?
Who?
I heard someone say something.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying there was. I said what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Okay,
there was a lot
so
of Mason hate on Facebook, so I was like, okay, I'm going with Mason just because nobody else is
same.
liking him. Sometimes
I
I'll do
started.
that. It's like I'll pick my LI just to spite other people.
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, I sort of felt, I don't know, they first make us meet Mason, and well, I like this. They say Mason, but you get to change their name. I really like this thing because you can change your ally's name. I don't know, but I like this feature. But with Mason, the way we are introduced to him from very first, I feel the flashback they show us from our
Mhm.
childhood and with our mother, Menzies' mother, who is now dead, but the memories we have with the boy next door, we have loved him for so long, and the way just the chemistry, I think it just speaks volume. And
Mhm.
yeah, Mason was jealous of MC and Noah at some point, but I think it was a really good book because the characters like Noah did something wrong at some point, and the fallout between Mason and Noah, then they coming together, and I liked the way they represented the transition of MC's father, because at first MC's father was like, really, people were like, this is really bad parenting, and how MC's
Mhm.
father was
Mhm.
just you know eliminating everything, but slowly how MC's father changes and understands Emma and Emma's sister, and allows her to do stuff and supports them, even supports them, and we get to know how Emma's mom's death affected the family, sort of the situation, and her dad's this distance and behavior toward um, Emma and Mackenzie. But I really liked the work Pixelberry did with Emma's father. That was probably the greatest change of character I have ever seen. The development, how they also learn from incidents, and how their character develops. It was a great book overall and all. I mean, it just gets dragged on and on. So if somebody is coming new to the choices and they see, wow, this book, 100 chapters, it's hard to read. I don't understand why they would be like, oh, I'm not going to play the book. But if you were present at that time and you played every day, so, those players would definitely have loved it because it was a nice book.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did. I did like that. We got the daily chapter because it was kind of cool. It's like, all right, you know what? In between chapters of my other favorite books, I can read this.
Mhm.
So I did like that. I liked Ava too. I liked Ava. I didn't pick her, but I figure at some point, and I actually did start reading the book again, that I'll pick Ava, just to see, just to see the difference in the story. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I agree about MC's dad in my first two loves.
Yeah.
That his story arc was really good. It
Mhm.
was nice to see that. Because that was actually a kind of a thing I wanted to see from the dad in Ride or Die, where it's kind of like, okay, she's picked the bad boy, but she's growing up. We got to make these mistakes, it's like it happens. So it's like I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more character growth from MC's dad in Ride or Die. So I feel like it's kind of it kind of gave me the father figure that I was looking for in that story, in my first two loves. So
Yeah, the father in Ride or Die. I mean, I didn't think that he was a bad father. I thought overall
no, 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 not at all. Yeah.
pretty good father, but yeah, he was very unyielding um
Hmm.
toward her even growing up
Yeah.
and just becoming an adult. It was just like, nope, you're my child and that's it. Just
Yeah.
my not my
Yeah.
adult child, you're just my child.
Yeah, so
So
that's what I was hoping for from him, just a little bit more character growth. But no, I thought dad was pretty cool. you know.
yeah. Yeah, until he pulled the gun on Logan.
Yeah, there was like, wait, no, why, wait. you know. Yes.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
That hurt my feelings.
I mean, on a lighter note, if you're the parent of your daughter and you learn that your daughter was in the car of a man who drove the car ran from police and just crashed in a, I don't know, barrier, then jumped from some high up
Yeah.
4 wheels on the ground, and then you would be like, "Wow, you hang out with them?" Then I can blame the father. I mean, he didn't know that scene after that even.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
couldn't
I mean,
blame
just
him.
even
Yeah,
even the fact that she got in the car
yeah,
with him, she didn't know him at all. And just no, I would have taken my chances with the police coming to the house
hmm,
before I would get in a car with a total stranger.
yeah, yeah. It's like, wait, we're making poor decisions already.
Out the gate. Out the gate. As soon
yeah.
as she was 18.
This is so funny. Yeah, I ended up picking Colt. Ultimately, I ended up picking Colt.
Oh, Colt.
I'm sorry, I know. I picked Colt though.
Somebody
I
pick
love him.
Colt.
Uh, I love Colt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
He- yeah, it took me a long time to like Colt. It really did.
Yeah,
It really did. And yeah, it took me a minute to appreciate the character. He
yeah,
was just he was such a hater.
yeah, he was. He was. Yeah, we turned it
Such a
around.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm crying. I'm laughing so much.
Oh boy, but
So
but
good.
Toby was the best character. I love
Oh,
Toby.
oh man, if Toby for Li, because I loved him. Oh my
I
gosh,
did too.
yes.
One of the best.
Oh yeah. It was like, wait, he's only our friend. Oh, come on! I like the geeky dude that loves cars.
Who was so excited for
yeah,
everything that had to do with cars.
yeah. So it's like perfect. I love this guy. You
The best character was the car, I guess.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my poor love is sneezing back there.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Bless you.
Allergy season.
Oh yeah, yeah, and like when he sneezes, it's not just one; it's like multiple. So you gotta wait.
Oh
I think
god.
uh,
If ever that
I
happens to
think
me.
the whole year is the allergy season since 2020. It's like the whole year, every month, every day. Allergy season.
Don't get me started on the rapid sneezing. I turn into a machine gun. I just can't stop. Something gets stronger. I just, oh god, don't. Just no. No.
So funny.
Or the
Excuse me.
ever someone you're out in public and whenever someone coughs, it's like, can anybody just have a regular cold anymore? Do we always have to think it's COVID?
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I looked that weird yesterday. I was like, no, bro, no. Like, it's a
Yeah.
little cough. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
vaccinated, but it's a little cough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And
It's
they're
like, and I,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what do we want? What do we don't have? I mean, we have the Rona. Now we are seeing UFO. I mean, just wait for the aliens to come.
UFO? What?
Wait, what? Where did UFOs come from?
I want to say, there was some government documents that were released
Yeah.
here in the states about it.
Pentagon.
How
Not
long
too long
ago?
ago.
Because I've never heard any of this.
Oh
Um,
wow.
in the
Oh
last
yeah.
month, right?
No, I don't pay attention to like the news, and I've gone off social media, so I don't. I mean, I don't pay attention to nothing no more.
Yeah, it was like a day ago or something like that. Yeah, you know.
I mean, it's mainstream media now. I mean, even Chris Cuomo is talking about aliens. Like, wow.
Yes,
I mean, we have one among us in this chat, so you know. I mean, they
that's
can be
true. That's
everywhere.
true. Yes, we are everywhere.
Mhm. Mhm.
It lives in the space.
Oh my god, no.
Yes.
I'm gonna use that. I'm actually gonna use that as a title for one of my Phasmophobia streams. It lives in or something. I'll just do an "It Lives" title for a Phasmophobia stream.
If you play Phasmo and you need somebody else to play, I would totally do that. I'd be down to
Yeah,
play Phasmo.
definitely.
Yeah.
I love finding people to play that game with. I love that. The more the merrier.
Yes.
It lives
Yeah, and I get really
inside.
scared playing that game.
People call me out
You said
for
Phasmo?
Yeah,
yeah,
Phasmophobia.
What the heck is that?
You don't know.
Want to explain that, Brandon? What
Uh,
Phasmophobia is?
so basically, it's a four-player co-op where you're part of a paranormal team who needs to
Ooh, I like that.
investigate a house that is supposedly haunted with a ghost. You're given various equipment. You've got to find out what the type of ghost is by doing things like so you can communicate with it. You can find a Ouija board, like a
Wow.
spirit box, book writing so it can write some spiritual devil stuff. It's a really good game, and you got to try and discover what it is before it kills your entire team, basically.
Yep.
Dang.
Oh
Now I
wow.
have to download it. Now I have to download it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
fun.
spooky. That's a good one. It's so
That's
fun.
that's like right up my alley because I mean I'm a huge gamer, so it's
Yeah.
like I do all like the like most people in my family they like watching gameplays of like Resident Evil, but they won't play it. Me, I'll be up till like 3 a.m. playing Resident Evil, Dying Light, Outlast, and all that. It's like all right, cool. I'm like bring it
Oh
on.
yeah.
So it's
Oh yeah.
like they
Yeah.
can't handle that, but I can. But definitely, if you guys want to play it, I'm down to play that now.
Nice.
Choices group. The It Lives squad comes to life.
Okay, you have
Yes,
to.
it's so fun.
It is really fun. No, people
Yeah.
people say I'm a little weird because I do solo runs on it on professional.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I have a friend that does that too, and it's like I don't know how you're doing that, but you know.
It's I find it chill to be honest. Just get a bit of music on, go something. Just my chill section.
It's so funny. Oh
No,
gosh.
but I've picked up a lot of good games like Resident Evil, the most recent
Oh
one,
yes, Resident Evil.
the Village game. I recently played that and finished it. It was amazing.
I just
Absolutely
finished
amazing.
7. I haven't played the Village yet. I
Oh,
need to
trust
buy
me,
it.
you'll love it. It's amazing.
I saw the gameplay. I was watching Markiplier do the gameplay. Oh my god, I want to buy it. It's like $85 right now. I'm like, I ain't about that life.
Hmm.
I mean,
Like I ain't about spending like $80 on the game right now.
I bought
Yeah.
it for the 8 foot tall lady.
Mm.
That's so funny.
Took me so long to pronounce her name as well. Dimitrescu. Took me so long
Yeah.
to pronounce that.
Yeah.
It was just still worth it though. It was really fun.
Hmm. Let's see.
Ooh, they
Yeah.
have it for the 4.
Some
So
of the
do you
stuff
guys
they have
play
for
with
us.
Phasmophobia on the 4, or do you guys play
Um,
on Xbox?
It's on PC.
PC,
Okay, so I do. Okay, so it's off of Steam.
right?
Steam. One thing as well
Cool.
that I like about it is they've advanced a lot. Like they've partnered up with haptics bodysuits, and they've updated that so well. Like literally, so with the full bodysuit you can now buy, you can feel like breaths and ghost chills all around your body. It is I've heard it's really amazing. I really want to try it. It
Oh
is
wow,
really good. Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
really good.
Wow.
Mm, they're really going all out. That was actually one thing I talked about on one of my previous choice streams, like in terms of like game wise, bringing it into the game, virtual reality choices.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, we talked about it. It was really fun, like the idea of being in it and trying to be a part of it. You know, you put the music, you can look around, you can do all sorts, just like a full on future about choices in a bit of the gaming industry. It was amazing.
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember tweeting at Play Choices just like back when I first started playing, and I was realizing I was spending way too much money on keys.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god.
um, you know, and it was just like, gosh, can't like maybe consider putting this out as like just a straight up video game,
Mm-hmm.
but of course that's not how they're making the money. They're doing it by people buying those keys and buying the diamonds, so yeah, it's like I know that'll never
Yeah.
happen, but I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah.
I remember that actually one time they sent me a message because I was just spending and spending and spending. So I was buying like the bigger packages of diamonds and of keys. And at one point in time, I was having trouble with everything loading. I reached out to the support system, and they sent me an email. They were like, "Well, maybe you should kind of like cut back on buying everything from us."
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like,
That's funny.
like really? They're like, yeah. So like they were trying to be nice about it because I think at the time I spent maybe like $200 in like 2 weeks on buying like diamonds and
Oh
like
my
keys and all that.
gosh.
Yeah, so they found that like really, really, because I've heard of some apps and some games that will tell you to like cut back because all you do is invest into their game.
Yeah.
And that happened, and they're like, "We get it. You're like a diehard fan." And I was like, "All right, cool." Like I just started out, and they're like, "But they're like, maybe you should like tone it down." They're like, "We have smaller packages. You can spend $1.99 on 20." I was like, "No, no." And then like after a while, they're like, "If we find that you made one large big purchase again, like we're gonna have to like take you off for a while." I'm like,
Oh,
"Is
they
that
had to
even
cut you
possible?"
off.
What?
Oh,
Wow.
They cut me off. I think it was because they didn't want me to only like put all my money into them,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
and
just
so
wow.
yeah,
When
so
cats scare more
so they
than
ended
anyone.
up cutting me off,
That's
and
amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really devastated. But they're like, we'll cut you off for like a few weeks. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't play for a while, and then
Yeah.
after that, when I got the email saying, oh well, you can come back and blah blah, and now with my bank, I can't do a big purchase no more with
Oh
Pixelberry.
wow.
I wonder why.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Oh
Yeah. No,
my.
it's like I was very happy that VIP had become available for everybody because
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah, the friend that introduced me to the app, he's one of the viewers of my channel, and he had told me about the app and everything, and I was like, I was hitting it really, really hard, and I knew I wanted to read the Royal Romance again, but of
Yeah.
course, it takes forever to read that when you don't have diamonds just to keep going, I mean,
Unlimited
not diamonds,
diamonds.
excuse me,
Hmm.
keys to keep
Mhm.
going. So once the VIP became available, it was just like, oh, this is perfect because I like to go back and reread stuff, and
Hmm.
Yeah,
it stopped me from having to buy keys. So yeah,
I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Just buy a
yes,
skeleton key. This is VIP. The VIP skeleton key.
yes.
I'm thankful for the VIP actually, because I
Yeah,
don't have to go out and get cut off all over again. I
right.
can I can I can do the ads. All I have to do is finish an entire couple chapters of a book. I get more keys. I'm like, all right, cool. And then it's like every day at 4 o'clock, you get like the the 10 keys. I'm like, sweet. Like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I don't have to go out and buy more. So
yeah.
I mean,
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've had to start buying more diamonds recently just because of doing the streams and stuff. But yeah,
Mhm.
I hadn't really bought a lot of diamond packages since I become VIP. You
don't
know.
be like me.
I'll still buy some, but I have other apps that I use, so of course, you get points for Android. So it's like I'll wait, like, oh, we got the $12 coupon. Okay, cool. Let's go buy that $10
Yeah.
package.
That's
Oh
not
yeah.
bad.
And speaking of which, you get the points on Google Play every Friday, and I don't
Yes.
think I collected mine.
Yeah. Yeah. You
I have
gotta
iPhone,
get
so I don't get
those.
none of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, with the Android, you get the points on Google Play, and you get so many of them, and it adds up to the purchase of something, just
Mhm.
depending on how many you get.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have one where it's like I think it's like 360 points. You get a $12 coupon, and it's
Hmm.
yeah. So it's like, oh, nice. You can get that without having to go get that $15 package for like $3. Yeah. So it is
Yeah.
nice. Save you a little coin.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
That reminded me of one tweet. I don't know, a Twitter or somewhere like someone watched Netflix for 20 hours and then Netflix said, "Are you still alive? Do you want to still watch?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that meme. Yeah,
It was like that. You spent a lot of money for diamonds and keys. Wow.
yeah. So it's like, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
VIP
why I
doesn't
tell people like, don't be like me.
Yeah, a company telling you to stop spending money with them. That's
Yeah.
bad. It's pretty bad.
I know.
They were worried. Like, is it like, how is it happening? Is it an AI? What's going on?
Yeah, it's probably thinking
Me,
it was a bot. You're a bot.
probably. And I was just, no, like it's actually me. So I had to send them like all the receipts that I got sent over to my Google. And they were like, yeah, they're like, well, just to double check, they're like, we're gonna like, cut you off for a little bit. I was like, okay. So like I couldn't purchase nothing, and then like I couldn't even get into like the actual app for a while. I was like,
Oh wow.
yeah, I was like, I'm really devastated.
Yeah,
And
that's
Wow.
then
pretty.
after that, I go to the app and like, oh, there's like all these new books. I'm like, these are a bunch of butts, but okay.
Ow.
So that's like the only confession I have. Don't be like me spending, all these, just spending money on all these packages of diamonds and keys. I learned that lesson. Never again.
It's great.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Now,
Um,
now this entire podcast is probably like, what the heck? And all like YouTube's gonna be like, oh my god, Jordan freaking Valentine spent this much money on all those diamonds. Yes, I did. I am ashamed of it.
No regrets. And I say that to people too. It's like, you know what? Because people are like, man, why do you pay for that? Why do you pay for an account for an app on a phone? And it's like, you know what?
So I don't.
Money.
So I don't.
Yeah, it's like money that you enjoyed spending is not wasted.
Right. And I mean, if you budget entertainment into, if you have it within budget, this is
Yeah,
my entertainment money.
exactly.
I don't want to go. I don't know. I don't want to go to the movies all the time. Sometimes I just want to sit here and
Exactly.
play my game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't go out. It's like it's okay. So sometimes like I tell people, I'm like, would you rather me stay at home, do something that I like doing, or me go out, be around people, and cause trouble? Simple.
Right.
yeah.
So I'd rather just sit at home on my sofa,
Introvert.
read all my books, be left alone, or
Yeah.
sometimes
Yes.
go out and mingle.
Yeah.
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 Introverts to
Go
introverts.
into my alternate universe.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
You know. But yeah, it's
I
it's
would like
it's
that too.
yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Yeah.
And have met really cool people because of it. So there you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean, meeting all those people is equivalent to all those, spending for diamonds.
Oh, God.
It
It
led
could
to
be,
this. It led to this.
it,
You know.
it did. It did. It really did.
You
I'm
lived in
not.
the
I'm not ashamed.
It's too funny.
By the way, talking about this virtual reality and stuff, I think Choices has just only one sci-fi book that is Across the Void. Did any of you read this?
I did.
I did.
I did
So
not.
Yeah,
it
but
was
I
so
different.
it was yeah, it was different. I first I didn't think I was going to like it. And I ultimately I ended up enjoying it very much.
yeah.
I didn't do a lot of the diamond stuff in it. I just played the story out just to play it out. I think the only real diamonds that I spent was to reconnect MC's brother with his best friend. 'Cause
Uh,
I figured they were
oh
together. So yeah,
yeah.
and that was like the only time I was like, you know what? I actually am going to spend some diamonds for your happiness. Let's go. you know,
Gosh, I
Normally
hate
I
that so
won't.
much. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
want to spend my diamonds on making someone else's relationship work or any of.
yeah. And some people thought I was mean because in Desire and Decorum I didn't want to spend my money on the my best friend getting hooked up with my stepbrother. So I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Like no, I'm not doing that.
these
Or
are
my
for
half brother. Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, these are for
It's like
me.
yes, this is about my happiness. She can do whatever she wants.
Right.
It's like, oh, don't you want to see them together? Well, okay, yeah,
Not
sure,
a,
no.
not enough to spend diamonds on it. No.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, I think they should change that. I mean, even if they do it, they should do a lot less dimension because I don't know if all of you have read it, but I know Choices Lady has read it. The Haunting of Braidwood Manor, I think. In
yes,
that book, at the end of the scene, getting back Eleanor to human life, and this is just 17 diamond scene. And I promise you, if it weren't a book in the earliest days of Choices, they would have told us like, give me 30 diamonds, 40 diamonds to get Eleanor back because she was an ally, no joke.
yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she wasn't a love interest.
hmm Yeah, so it's like,
Mm.
wait a minute, So yeah, it's just a lot of that kind of stuff. That's things that are just kind of drive me a little nuts. But to get back to your point about Across the Void, I did enjoy that story. I thought it was pretty good, and I would love to see more sci-fi from Choices. Uh, even if it's even if it's something kind of like say Star Trek or something like that, where it's like, all right, you get your crew just like we had in Across the Void, and you're going on different missions to do stuff. Make it like Bolus, but it's in space.
Bolus.
Yeah.
Bolus.
Oh, Blades of Light and Shadow.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I haven't played that one. Like, I'm not really into
Yeah,
like huge sci-fi stuff. I don't know why, but
yeah.
Ah, what's happening? Sorry, I'm getting
So
messages left and right.
those who played Across the Void, did you like this new thing? I think in all the books you play mainly as the main character, and maybe in some books, somewhere in a diamond scene, you get to play as another person to see their perspective or to live a special moment of their life. But in this book, you constantly, in every chapter, you change who you play as.
hmm
So very few times you play as your main character, then you play as your brother, then you play as your sister. So did you like this change of like who you're playing as, or you wanted to stick as the main character? How did you receive these?
Yeah, did anybody else want to answer that?
That's actually a tough one. I mean, there were times when I liked playing, I think, as EOs, and there were times when I liked playing as packs. It just it got it just a little bit of a fudge pop. I can't even speak right. I can't even think straight. It was just different. I mean, I think it's like the first game where you can actually play more as as more than just one character, and then you hop back and forth between brother, sister, and main character. To me, it was just different. I was like up and down with it, so that's a toughie. Yeah. Okay, next.
I haven't played.
Yeah. I liked switching between the characters, but other stories do that too, and I like doing that. I don't remember that we actually had to pay diamonds to play the other characters though.
No,
No.
it was
We
that
just
time.
did it, and that I liked. It's like it drives me nuts when they're like, oh hey, would you like to see a flashback of Liam's time as a child with Drake? And it's like, no, no, I really don't. Not for 20 diamonds or 15 or whatever.
Yeah,
So
if
I
it was
think
12
yeah,
diamonds, yes.
yeah, maybe like 10 or 12, that's okay. But when you're going like 15, 20, nah, man, I can't do it. you know uh but yeah, I did like that they allowed us just to switch characters as needed without having to pay additional for it.
Yeah.
It is cool to see other perspectives of the characters and kind of their what's going on with them, especially in that particular book, because the choices that were made by both your siblings really made a difference as to what was going to happen to you
Yeah,
as the
Mhm.
main
exactly.
character. Yeah.
I think it's nice to see others' perspective,
Sorry.
and I agree it shouldn't be a dimension all the time. But I think I would again like to set the I think Mighty First Love's precedent that we get to play as Mason and we get to play as Noah and Ava in one chapter. So in three chapters back to back, we get to play respectively as them one by one. So I think that's a really nice to occasionally play as them, but I think it just changed so much that it was kind of hard to wrap your head around what's going on. Like you're playing as your main character, then your brother, then your sister. It was just a rapid change. So they could have stuck with when we are playing as MC, then sort of change it to play as your sister. I think a lot of people didn't like it, and I think also for I mean not liking but didn't understand it just because what was the situation between Jura and Vanguard, if I remember. So, like why they fought as to it was not totally clear, and I feel like the book went into hiatus, and when it came back, it was sort of rushed. So probably it was destined for book two, but as not a lot of people showed interest toward it, it sort of ended there. But it was, like you said, a great potential at the end where we get to choose our ending. So I played the last chapter twice, I believe. First, we chose to die, just go with the ship to save the planet and die. And the second one, we choose to be there so we can be with our love interest and unlock the different endings. So it was a great book, sci-fi, new genre. We don't have much, so yeah, it was great. And like I said, these experiments they haven't done it much with any other books, like changing perspective. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right, Kat. Like whatever our brother and sister did, that heavily affected our time in the ship as a captain.
Yeah.
That I totally agree with. So you said Blades of Light and Shadows haven't played, but at this new book released last year, I just want to know if you have played it this or not. The Rising Tides book. How did you like this? If you have played this,
Rising Tides. Oh, that was the environmentalist book, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did
I'm
not
still
play
on
that.
it.
Wow.
I
I'm,
haven't read it.
I'm a no reader still.
I think I'm on chapter like 4. Uh, I think I'm not sure, but it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's so far it's good. It's just it it's different. Yes, I'm all for saving the environment. I'm all for that, but I feel like they dig way too into it, and I just I can't see myself finishing that book.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
It's just a 12th chapter, so eight more to go for you if you are on four.
yeah. Rising Tides. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm halfway there, but it's just, I don't know. It's just, I guess you could say like the whole, I don't know if it's a word, but I would say like global politics kind of like, oh, like saving the ocean and keeping it clean. Yeah, I'm all for that. But this book just, you know, it's I'm not feeling this one no more. So I just stopped kind of like caring.
Yeah,
Hmm.
agree with that.
Yeah.
But we see some great love interests. I personally like, I don't know, Robin and Cass. I don't know, what was the name of the second ally?
I think it's Cassidy and Robin.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
Cass. Yeah.
I think so. I'm not sure. I can't
Hmm.
remember.
Yeah, so their introduction was great, like how they introduced them and the Li and the choice. So it was a great book in terms of that. I mean, gender customizable or race customizable, even two love interests. That was a great thing they tried in this book. I hope and they carry on with this.
Hmm.
So that was a great
Yeah.
book. And talking about VIP book, I don't know, you mentioned it earlier or not. I think out of the VIP books, With Every Heartbeat really stands out, right? Have you played this, all of you? And Brendan hasn't played it probably.
I've
Yes.
played it. Yes.
Assume I've done
I've
not.
played. I played it. I think I'm on chapter 6,
Oh,
so I haven't finished it yet. But if you guys want to ruin it for me, that's fine because I have questions about it.
Oh.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't need to ruin it. Just name of the movie. That's what is it? The Fault in Our Stars. It's kind of a
yes.
taunting.
Yeah, it is similar to A Fault in Our Stars. I did like the book. It was a good story. I'm just not part of endings.
Yeah. I mean, if this book had released like every chapter every week, then the chapter description doesn't release much. So maybe after playing chapter 15, we could have been hopeful, like probably Dakota would have been could be saved. But at the end, how it turns out, it could have been a big surprise for the readers. Like if it were a
Yeah,
daily releasing book. But we kind of knew what would happen from the
yeah,
description. That was that.
yeah. It was a tearjerker for sure.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's easily the only book that I've ever cried reading choices playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. I got a little
Wow.
teary. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one it was a couple of scenes. Just not even the ending, but just a couple of scenes in that book that yeah, that just it made me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't the first book for me though.
Yeah. Even it was really hard to read the last parts, like wow, the Dakota, what happened with them, and this. It was really hard because we've seen our Li, and this book does a really good job, I would say. I don't see getting a lot of intimate scenes with Dakota, but still the way they just build the mental bond between MC and the Li. It was really great because they don't do it in much books, so that slowly building the bond, so that at the end, when Dakota will be leaving us, just we would be like really shocked, and it was a great book, emotional, and the ending. It's
Hmm.
just a good. And Dakota's words at the end, I think they did a really good job with what to say, how to say, and this. It was a great representation. Yeah, she
Hmm.
will be definitely one of the best allies in choices, and specifically the tragic allies.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, because sometimes
yeah,
sometimes things are not going to work out the way you want.
Yeah,
It's just not. Um, and that was I think that's one of those things that was a real departure from other choices books, because generally your character gets a happily ever after, and
yeah,
in this one it's not. Yes, you do move on, but it's not in the way that you want, so it's not really the happily ever after you were hoping for.
all
exactly.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it gotten better, and then it just kind of took a turn.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Ah.
even though, I mean, and I read the, even though the book was VIP, still there had been spoilers for it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Um,
All over the
so
place.
yeah, and so I knew what was going to happen. But
Exactly.
then when he had, gotten better and was healthy, and I'm like, maybe, maybe the spoilers were wrong. I don't know what I was thinking,
Hmm.
but um, it was just like, wow, just a drastic turn
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
the worst. Yeah. And I think that was the most devastating part to me. Like, you think everything is going well, and then just all of
Yeah.
a sudden,
And snap
yeah.
of imagination gone. Yeah. I mean, that's what I
Mhm.
said earlier that, if it were a newly releasing book that released every week that you don't know what's going to happen, then it would have it would have been a shocker, even more of a shocker to the reader, is because they wouldn't have known. Yeah, you're right. I also thought like, wow, Dakota is right, but I still knew like what's gonna happen. So I knew like there's going to be something. Maybe her condition is gonna deteriorate. But yeah, but otherwise it would have been really hard to guess if it were like a daily releasing book.
Yeah, and yeah, and no one had, kind of talked about it beforehand, putting it out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the really hard parts with having some of the books repeat. Excuse me. Some of the books release VIP versus general, because a lot of us are VIP, and it's like, oh shoot, I didn't even think about that. It's like, oh man, other people haven't read this, and they're and they don't know. So like when I'm doing like say my edits and stuff, I really try not to get spoilery with what I'm doing. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Right.
yeah, because others haven't read it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I always try to put up that warning. Um,
Yeah,
you know, spoiler alert, just to
Yeah.
give people the option. Because in some instances I like spoilers, but then especially if it's a book that I haven't read and I know that I have no plans of reading, and I'm
yeah, then
getting
I'm okay.
information on it, then I'm okay. But then other times I kind of want to be in the moment with the book and
Hmm.
not know what's going to happen beforehand.
I think what happened wrong with this book, because when the VIP section was released, no one really knew that when this books would be released for general public. So everyone thought maybe it could be 2 years, 3 years, but they also read the description and watched the photos, with every heartbeat. They were really excited, so they went on to, for instance, the reviews or the spoilers or the playthroughs
Hmm.
on
Hmm.
YouTube. They went there and they kind of knew the story, and then suddenly they started releasing the VIP books. So now we know, but at the time it was like everything was new and it was exciting, so everyone kind of was looking for that. So yeah, so that was that, I guess.
And then too, when with every heartbeat came out,
Mm.
VIP wasn't available to everyone
Right.
at that time. That was when they were still kind of, I guess, testing the water. Yeah, it wasn't available to everyone then. I feel like that it became available to everyone maybe after that or something. I know during the time that Queen Bee was considered VIP, it definitely wasn't. VIP wasn't available to everyone at that time. That was when it was just select people that
Yeah.
they were
Last.
offering it to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think last year around July or something, August, it became available to everyone. There were three
Hmm.
fully released books: A Very Scandalous Proposal, With Every Heartbeat, and
Hmm.
another book. I can't remember which one it was.
Hot
But three
couture,
books.
right?
Which one?
Hot couture.
Yeah, haute couture.
Three completely released books, and then the Unexpected Heirs was being released at that time. At exactly at that point, this VIP feature was released.
Yeah, to everyone.
Unexpected Heirs was being released every week.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, last time it was great in choices, I guess, because we had like a bolus ending, and then we had Queen Bee, Nanny Affair, kind of back to back. and then Distant Shores ending before that, and Open Heart coming back from hiatus. It was a great time in choices.
Yeah. Oh man, Distant Shores. That was such a great book. I loved it so much. You know, pirates, and time travel. Those are like two things I really love. you know. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that one was really well done.
I,
Another one of those that ended where it's like, oh man, they could have made another one.
yeah,
But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like, okay, it really depends on how you look at it. It's like you can look at it one way where it's like, okay, this is a good ending. It's just a kind of like a cliffhanger one, or where it's like, oh man, I wonder what would happen if they had done this. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and
um,
some people like those types of endings. I hate for anything to end and I have questions.
Hmm.
And I have questions that need to be answered.
Yeah.
Well, like Ride or Die.
Yeah, now you're just being funny.
Adding the salt, are you?
I'm the Salt
Exactly.
Master.
That's a sore spot. But
I'm the Salt Master.
but yes, like Ride or Die, I wanted more. I want more, and I probably yeah, I just wanted more. Wanted to know more, wanted to see more, and I just didn't feel like I know that given the lifestyle that that the Mercy Park crew lived, given the lifestyle that they lived, it probably would have been really easy for them to just go on and you know and just move on and do what they were doing. I don't feel that it would have been that easy for MC to do that.
yeah.
Right.
Um, yeah, I don't
So
feel easy for her to do that.
so they kind of. I have a question about that. So let's say they did do a second book. Do you think
Hmm.
that you would have still embarked on the Ride or Die Chronicles without it?
No, I wouldn't have. No, no, and initially, I that was just for me. That was just to satisfy my need for more.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I had planned to share with anyone at
Hmm.
all. It was just for me to read in my house.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
and when I got, but but no, I know that I wouldn't have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do a fantastic job with it. So I'm like, thank you for sharing it with the rest of us. um, but yeah, I just kind of wondered, like, wow, if you had gotten your second book, would you have done it? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that I wouldn't have because it is very time consuming. It takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah, yeah. You put a
Yeah.
lot of work into it. A lot of work. Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes. So I know that I wouldn't have, but I always wondered though where they would go with the book too, like how they would
Yeah.
approach the story again, and what would they do with the characters, especially the ones that were gone and you didn't know where they went, and then Mona being in prison.
Hmm.
So that would have been interesting to see. But I am grateful that we did have the one book. Um, and I'm grateful that they didn't do it and ruin it.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah.
Foreign Affairs.
What'd you say, Brandon?
I just said Foreign Affairs repeat.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
ouch! I was hurt. I was hurt. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like, all right. Y'all know I much as I love choices, I thought that one was a little rough. I was
Yeah.
expecting some serious like political intrigue, something kind of
Yes.
like the heist meets,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, and I was kind of like, wait, where's the scandal here? Am I losing it? There's
Never really a scandal.
no, because this is like stuff that
AVSP.
could happen at any point in time. It's like, oh, okay, well, all right. People fall in love with their bodyguard all the time. People fall in love with the person that they're not supposed to be in love with all the time.
All the time. Yep.
Yeah. So this is not a surprise. Um, I think if it had been say like, you only got to choose Ina if it was a single Li book, then it would have been, kind of like, wait a minute, what? You betrayed me like this, you know.
Right.
But even then, still not a scandal. It's like, all right, it's like she's the teacher's aide, not the teacher, you know. Um, I just, yeah, I just kind of, I liked it. I finished it and everything, but it was very lackluster. It just was, we kind of got this little roller coaster going, and then all of a sudden it just went, it just fell flat.
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you on that one, Brandon.
AVSP political edition fails.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was hoping for some like political intrigue, something a little deeper. I love writing. It's like I like to write myself, and I've written like spy stories and things, and you kind of you have that build up, you have a little bit of the romance thing going, but you want a little bit more twist and turn.
Mhm.
Choices, lady. I kind of figured this stuff out back at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I nailed, I
Yeah.
nailed, I nailed it at the beginning. It's like, oh, it's such and such. And like, oh, well, we don't know. It's like, oh, but yeah, it was. It was exactly what
Exactly.
I thought.
And
You
it
know,
and Foreign Affairs started off so good. So
it
good.
did.
It really did. It started off really high, and then it just
Yeah,
kind of
Plummeted.
just like you said, like a roller
yeah,
coaster, just went down, down, down.
yeah. And they hit the brakes at the end. It was like, oh, okay, well, that was exciting.
Flatline.
Yeah, you know, yes. But all the LIs in that and Foreign Affairs were great. It was just
Hmm.
the story really wasn't worthy of even the main character wasn't even worthy of that character. You know, um, I would have liked to have seen more. So there you go. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That longing for more. I,
yeah, yeah. Always, always. Um, yeah, and but I'm not gonna like lose my mind, over it. Like I've seen some people do. You know, get really,
yeah.
really mad. Like, whoa, y'all are way, way too salty. This is way bigger than salt. Like, whoa, gosh, bring it down. you
Add
know,
some pepper.
Foreign Affairs, it kind of lost its track, and I think yeah, it started off really well. The first three chapters they were really
mhm,
awesome, but then the chapter pace was not good. Nothing important was happening. Just one diamond scene, and then it sort of went
Hmm.
down, down. Then they started this. I think the ending was heavily rushed because they like the Winston thing at the end. I mean, it was like wow. I mean, it just happened and it went down. So I think they were really struggling at some point to connect the dots, but I wouldn't say struggling, but I think they had something else planned, or maybe a book two planned where Winston would be the villain, and it would be ending like the Royal Air ended a few times. But I don't know if they rushed it because they didn't want a book two, or they had a plan for that because it was really. But I think they created the problem in the middle because the base was really low, and I think with laws of attraction they're not doing the same mistake because the pace is really good. The pacing of laws of attraction is really good. What's happening in the last chapter, it was a really big chapter. It took me almost 45 to 50 minutes to finish a chapter, and a lot of things were happening like eventful, just like Open Heart book book 2 when it came back from hiatus. Exactly the
Yeah.
same was
Oof.
going on. So yeah, that's a good thing for a good, like it's pacing how it goes throughout. As a distant shores it lost its spacing, so we didn't know anything about Edward, or a lot of things I think are unknown to us about Edward's family, about Charlie's family. There were lots of unanswered questions, even about the golden compass. I don't know if I missed any scenes or not, but how did he get the golden compass? There are lots of unanswered questions related to that. So I think
mhm,
pacing is a really big problem.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Because I had a lot of questions by the end of Distant Shores. Um, and then same with Foreign Affairs. It's like I this is just my personal opinion, obviously, um, that they could have gone the way of like not necessarily horror like it lives beneath, but the twist and turns part where it's like, oh, look over here, this is the person that we think is the villain, but no, really it's this person, and then
Hmm.
ultimately find out later on, that it was Winston. But like I said, I nailed it at the beginning. It was just like, okay, wait,
Yeah.
this guy's way too helpful. He's,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like, nope, it's him. Okay,
And
so
then
I didn't even bother reading it fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it seemed like they tried to throw you off the trail of
Hmm.
Winston when they had the what was the assistant's name? The
Ina,
assistant teacher. Her
Ina,
name was, oh yeah, Ina. See, when you said Ina, I'm thinking Queen Bee.
I
But yes.
know.
But yeah, when they had her, her betrayal come in, it kind of threw me off the scent of Winston. Um, but I kind of figured it was Winston too from the beginning because he
Hmm.
was way too helpful, and the fact that he stayed even after MC's mom left,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, he's just a little too involved.
Yeah, it's like, wait, I don't remember her asking you to stay. His mom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I thought it would have been something kind of cool with Ina, where it would have been like, okay, yeah, she's an ally, and then you find out, yeah, she did have something against you, and yeah, this was a vendetta. Um,
Hmm.
that would have been cool. I would have actually been okay with that. It's like, all right, well,
Uh,
we're breaking up after this, right? you know, but at least they would have given you a little bit of a misdirect.
yeah,
Uh,
but had already lost their minds when they chose to have Ina betray MC anyway.
yeah, that's true.
That, yeah, people were very upset about that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah, for good reason.
Yeah.
I think they could have gone a little bit more. I mean, they do show us the scenes why Ina did as to what she did, like her father's fighting from cancer, the money she needed, and all
Hmm.
the stuff she explains. But I think they could have gone a little bit more with this Ina's redemption scene because MC being angry and Ina, I think it could have made a really good, a bond with. I mean, not the bond, but the scene. Just the chemistry between MC and Ina after on the aftermath of this betrayal news. They could have just dragged it a little bit, but in the one chapter they just don't include either Tatum or Ina. It's just you're on the ship for the fundraiser of your mom's election, and you have only a scene with Blaine. So that was kind of a bummer for me. That late in the book.
Yeah. Yeah. The apology scene was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, I agree.
They could have
And
done
we're
a little bit more, so that would have made the scene really better. And specifically, people who dated Aina like me, it would have meant more, because at the end, I don't think if it's just one love interest book, I don't think in chapter 15 you want to be forcing like, hey, date Blaine if someone chooses to date him, because he should have had that figured out before that. So yeah, I think they kind of failed that. They could have done a better job, I would say, not failed, but could have done a better job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know this is a bit random, but I have to get going, unfortunately.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Okay.
But
definitely.
I
I mean,
mean, I had fun. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah, it was a blast.
yeah.
yeah, no, yeah. So it's almost 3 hours. So yeah, thanks for staying. And yeah, like
Oh
we were
wow.
end because I don't know if the recording is gonna end if it's 3 hours because I don't have any idea. I haven't ever recorded for 3 hours before.
Well, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to talk amongst yourselves. I just have to go and get ready for work. Oh God.
Oh, have a good night at work.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
want to. It's hot, but I definitely had fun though.
Oh yeah, it
Thank
was good.
Yes, it was
Yeah, it
good.
was.
Yeah, it's always fun to get other people's points of view on stuff. It's like, all right,
Hmm.
we've all may have read something, but we all read it differently. So
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're
just
not going to too much because it's almost the end also. But just before you go, I just let one of people know that Daniel, also known as Jordanfreakinvalentine on Instagram, I will linking below, of course, her fanfic about Open Heart, and who knows, maybe some new poems or something new will be coming. So keep an eye out on her Instagram profile, and I think a Tumblr also link. I'll be linking those below for
Yeah,
her fanfics. You're definitely not going to want to miss this. This is high quality.
they're
This
very
is
good.
super
They
awesome.
are very good.
Thanks
So
for yeah. Thanks
Thank
for
you. Yeah, the
yeah,
poetry I'm actually working on. So I have a few pieces. It's not completed, but I'm currently working on it. So,
yeah,
you
nice.
know,
Okay.
it's going to be a bit on the dark and twisty and morbid, but, it's not fully there yet. And then also, I mean, as most of you guys probably know, I am struggling currently with my current series. So later, if I can pick someone's brain, that'd be really awesome because I have a ton of ideas. I don't know where to start.
For
Oh,
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to get like other opinions from people because I don't have no one to like read my stuff, and I'm very
Mhm.
iffy about having family read it.
Hmm.
But I'm currently stuck. I've been stuck for a month, but I do need like an opinion on an idea I have, and I don't want someone to be like I don't want to offend the wrong crowd, and I don't want them to be like, oh well, like you didn't do this last time, but you're doing this.
Hmm.
And it's like I
Yeah.
don't want to like lose readers because of something that I put into my writing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
definitely.
best of luck with that. I hope you figure something out soon.
Oh, I'm trying. It's really, really hard. I'm like blank at times and I have ideas and I write them down, but I just don't know how to format it right now.
Hmm.
I
But
Yeah. I went through that for about a month as well. Right in between chapters. And
hmm
it's like you have so many ideas and you just don't know where to start.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
And yeah, definitely. If you need some opinion, then yeah, I mean, we're always glad to help. But like I said, it's a
Hmm.
creative, so always.
hmm
I think it's my personal opinion that go by your heart, and your readers will always be, yeah, because I like, the way you write, and it's just like I said,
Thank
the
you.
literature goal. So yeah, I'll be waiting for that.
Hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to work on small stuff right now until I can get the big stuff going up all over again. But the struggle's been, it's been hard. So I'll figure something out. That's why I've been doing like the mood boards and the collages versus actual writing
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah,
completely blank.
yeah,
Yeah. Your account was hacked, right?
Yes, yes, it was.
Okay. Okay.
Which made it harder because I had to start all over and everything I had worked hard for back in like December to recently it was like all gone and I was like I
Oh
put
my.
all that effort into it for it to get hacked and
Yeah.
like I was really bummed out and then Google's like oh
I'm
well you're getting
sure.
notifications from Nigeria and I'm like okay.
that's so sad. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, so having to start all over has been difficult because everything. I mean, I have everything saved up on Google Docs and all that,
Yeah.
but now it's just hard with having to like rewrite everything, having to put it onto all the slides and make it
Hmm.
appropriate now for Instagram, and trying to avoid something like that again.
Yeah,
Hmm.
hard
Right.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just look at that. On a serious note, just remember what Ethan would say. There's like the night is even darker before the dawn. So just keep working. You're gonna find your way out.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Inspiration comes from everywhere.
It is. Right? It does.
Definitely. Yeah. So have a nice day at work, and best of luck with the heat, and best of luck with the writing. You'll figure something out soon.
Oh yeah. All right then, guys. Thank you guys so much. I had fun.
Hopefully
Hopefully
we
we all
have
stay in
fun.
touch one way or another. And I like doing this. I was actually anxious, but you guys all sound like a really fun bunch. So I look forward to doing it all over
I was
again.
oblivious.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun having you. Thanks for coming.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you
Bye.
for coming. Yeah.
Like,
Bye
Adios.
Bye.
bye. Bye.
Have a nice.
One down,
All
four
right.
remain.
So we're down to four.
Who will be the next?
I have time, so whatever.
Me,
I'm
me
open.
too.
So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We've been here for 3 hours, and I wouldn't want to keep you guys for a long
Wow.
time. Just let me know some mutual books that we have played so far because Brendan is pretty new. So, Brendan, what other books have you played? Let's start with you. I mean, other than the ones we discussed so far.
So I've done Nanifa, LOA, Slobburn. What else have I done? I did Witness at one point. I only went through that once though. Uh, Wasn't that nothing many? Oh, the It Lives anthology. I really love that one.
hmm
And that might be it. Oh, I'm currently going through Baby Bump. Well,
There
on the
we go.
first few chapters of that one. That's getting really interesting. I'm planning to go through Bloodborne and Open Heart
oh,
as
I
well.
love
What?
Bloodbound so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, I have a friend who is a Camilla lover, big Camilla lover. So
What about you guys? Who choose as Li?
yeah, she's well, she has claimed her as her queen. Let's just say that.
yeah, it's Jax for me. I love Adrian too, but yeah.
Yeah, I chose Adrian.
Okay. Yeah. I chose Jax to I felt like with Jax he was like a part of the vampire community, but for a long time he was also sort of out. So I felt for him sort of the emotional bond with MC and Jax, I thought, because we were not a part of the vampire community either. So as an outsider, and specifically I think when you play this Christmas special book, The Dark Solstice, there you see the Jax is getting treated very badly by the Baron's main goons, and then you really stand up for Jax, and I really feel for Jax. At that moment, I feel like MC and Jax, like Adrian, Mila, they have like each other's backs always. Like they're just like really prime alphas of this vampire community. But for Jax, I felt like that, and Jax sort of wanted us. So yeah, Jax, I chose him. And Lily, I think our best friend here, she was really funny too. I mean, the jokes it made, it was really awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one. It's one of my favorites. I've read that one more than once. You know.
Yeah. I I had just I think I started I don't on the recommendation by someone else in the fandom to read it, and I just started books
hmm
like last month. So it is on my to-do list to get caught up on.
Nice. I mean, what are some books that you haven't that obviously you haven't read, but that you want to read?
Um, well, law of attraction. I want to read. And I see as far as older books go, gosh, I don't know. I think I've read most of the older ones, the ones that I'm interested in. I don't know. I don't know. I just as far as the newer books go, Law of Attraction, I do want to read. I wasn't too interested in Slow Burn and starting that one. I guess just really depends on the type of reviews that it gets. But yeah, most of the Royal Masquerade. I do want to
hmm
read that one.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that one. So that's an older one that I want to read. That I haven't. But most of the other older ones or the older popular ones I've read. And
Yeah.
Distant Shores. Maybe I'll give Distant Shores a try. I haven't read that one either.
Hmm.
Have you read The Heist of Monaco? I think the book's name.
Yes, love that one. I read
And,
that, Veil of Secrets. I love all of those.
yeah, Heist of Monaco. One thing is that this is the first book I think where Sonia is a female ally who is really important, probably perhaps the main ally. With
Mm-hmm.
and this is really important because we don't see much, female dominated allies on choices, but here we see the female dominated allies. That was a really nice thing I liked about this book, and the concept. We go to the poker matches and like breaking in, like
Mm-hmm.
stealing and some mob boss stuff. It was really awesome. I liked the book.
Yeah, that one I read more than once. I really like that.
Yeah. And I'm right. You're right about Veil of Secrets too, because Veil of Secrets, I remember it's one of the best mystery books in choices. There are two mystery books, I think. One is the Veil of Secrets, and the other one is the Unexpected Heiress. Now, the Unexpected Heiress is a good mystery book, but I haven't read it yet. But I heard the review from Kyle last year, and it was like I said, it was a good book, but not as good as Veil of Secrets because you have read Veil of Secrets, like again it just like it lives beneath. You don't know till the end who the killer is, who did it, and it's
Yeah.
just again everything you put into perspective, and it's just super awesome. I like it's a small town incident, little characters are there, and just a wholesome mystery book. A mystery genre's best book in choices, perhaps in any game, to be honest.
Yeah, I had no idea who the killer was in Veil of Secrets until it was revealed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Veil of Secrets. They did very, very well with that book. Wow, I
Hmm.
was blown away by how well done that one was.
I mean, Duffy, I don't know the inspector, but the inspector can kill anybody. I didn't even know. And the way they connected the plots with Nicolay, I think, killing the baby, I don't remember that, the baby who was supposed to be killed, but he saved that baby. And how, I mean, it was like, I don't know, the guy who wrote it, the person, I mean, mad respect, mad prop to them. It was just, wow.
Yeah, yeah. It was a very good book.
Yeah, it's just a wholesome mystery book, and I
Yeah.
hope to see more book in mystery genre because we are lacking in this, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't know that The Unexpected Heiress was a mystery
Yes.
book.
Yeah, it's a mystery
Yeah.
genre.
Mm,
I'm just,
to
I
give
really
that one.
tried to get in that one.
Well,
Hmm. Yeah. And I was trying to get into it. I haven't been able to really.
I haven't read the book
oh,
yet. I have heard review last year from Kyle, but I kind of forgot. But I remember this much that it's a good mystery, but not that well. Yeah.
Hmm.
see, when I saw I mean, I'd never even like read the description for it or anything, but it just made me think Desire and Decorum as well.
Hmm.
I love Desire and Decorum.
Me too.
Have to play the book. I
Yes.
think Brendan and I both need to play that book. We haven't played the book yet.
Oh,
Oh,
you haven't played
that's
Decorum?
so good.
Wow.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
There are a
Duke
lot of
Richards
books
is
I need to catch up
such a
on.
jerk.
Yeah,
Duke
yeah.
Richards is horrible. I would say between him, he's number one. I would him and then like Gaius and then Poppy. Those three are those are the people that you love to hate. You love them and you hate them at the same time.
I
Yeah.
I would agree to differ because if you have played Veils of Secrets and in the early chapters, I think the police officer Chief Walsh. I mean, he got under my skin the way no one ever did. I was like reading the situation. I mean, it was really to me. This
Yeah, Chief Walsh was a jerk. He was a really big jerk.
yeah, it was
I
a great representation.
but I feel that way about Violet, Rules of Engagement. Violet, and of course she redeemed herself, but before then she was just so annoying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with Poppy, the thing is, if you have a jerk, but with the jerk, you also get to work closely. You get to have a hookup scene. Then at the end, also, if you get something, so it's just kind of yeah, she's a jerk. That's all. But it kind of disturbs the image, like how much jerk is that person is. But
Hmm.
like Chief Walsh, I mean, they really. Oh, I don't know. Some characters, even the brother of that Kate's fiance. I mean, wow. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh
They're on
man.
your list.
yeah, you'll be punching a punching bag, watching their face on your phone. It was really good, well written, really.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put that out there. Maybe see if folks will answer it. Like, who are your top three villains and choices? I would love to know what everybody's villains are, or who their villains favorite villains are. Yeah,
Huh.
but yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
Um,
that's an
uh,
idea too. Is like like I mean, it's your show. I'm sorry, but it's like but list like like your top three, your top five,
yeah,
or whatever. That'd be fun. I would to see what yours are. Your top tens or your top fives.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. I mean, I feel like some villains are also out there who are, villains, but it really depends on how you see them. So that's also good. Like I remember, I think Ken or someone from the Elementalist book too. I mean, he was at first represented he was like a friend to MC, then he became a villain. So it was a really curveball.
Which
Hmm.
book was this?
The Elementalist book too, I guess. Have you read it?
Oh, I haven't read it. No.
You should add this to your wish list. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I have heard good things about the Elementalist.
yeah. I mean, book one
Yeah,
is
that one's pretty good.
specifically scary. I mean, book one is really. I would not be reading it alone. Like I was reading it, and the light went off, and all this thing there is about some blood magic and stuff. Of like, wow, I'm scared because it was really scary up until one point. Yeah, really scary. It was scary.
Yeah. Yeah, Braidwood Manor, that one got me. It was it was a lot intense. The banging on the boiler room door.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the imagery, like the way the door would like shake with the red light, like
Mhm.
that was great. It's great. Yeah, in this book where I mean it had limited character, very short chapters, but still this
Mhm.
book hit next to home in our hearts. It's just a really great horror book, and even the Braidwood, the manor is also. I mean, ghost or no ghost, we would also always love to be in the manor. The snow outside, the way it's designed. It's just a great place.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a book I didn't even choose an LI. Yeah, I didn't choose either Victor or Catherine.
Yeah. I mean, I and ended up, yeah, I don't think we are given any explicit option to choose an ally or something because it's just mainly focused on the plot and really nice book,
Mhm. Mhm.
great book. But yeah, we have this mental bond we can have with one character, and we can like, we are given this option to commit. Like we meet this Caitlin from this freshman series and other friends, and they ask us whether this person is someone. Are you serious about them? Then we can say either yes or no. So I chose sort of yes with Eleanor because I sort of from the very beginning I felt like Eleanor is the character, sort of a main love interest, and really someone who who knew everything about the Braidwood Manor and everything. So I really felt close to them. Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's one thing. It was a great book. And what about this? Like, yeah. So think of what new genres would you like to see in choices? By the way, we have seen a lot of genres, but what new genres would you like to see in the future? since
Ooh,
they give the survey, and I think the survey is a very important survey.
It was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Uh, yeah, especially if they really use that information to move forward.
Hmm.
But I chose like mystery.
Yeah.
mm, I
Yeah,
guess a
I think
common
we need more of
response
those.
as well.
Yeah, suspense.
Yeah, but what new genres would you like? Like, sports genre I personally would like, or more sci-fi, or maybe a new. So that way, what kind of genres would you like to see? New genres.
Yeah.
I I think I'd go with like a music genre, like a band or something. I'd like to see that.
Oh, going
See,
on the road. Yeah.
yeah, going on the
Yeah.
road, maybe exploring, doing different types of music. I think it'd be interesting to see that. A bit like slow burn, because with slow burn, in my opinion, music and like food, they send powerful messages. They have deep meanings, so I think they'd be really good to go with that.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. I mean, yeah, they can do this. In pub or bars, you have this. I don't know what they're called in countryside specifically. I'm forgetting the name. So what night is it called? Open mic night. Yeah. So those kind of thing they can bring, and some competition. A small town singer making his way or their way to some top, I don't know, industry or something, or maybe local competition is songwriting. So yeah, they can do that. It'd be a different taste, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone had mentioned on Instagram like a book around sports, maybe like a professional athlete. That
Hmm.
the story follows the professional athlete, and maybe just I guess the ins and outs of a professional athlete's life.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I'd say like a techno thriller, something cyberpunk.
Uh,
Um, would be cool. Or like or something steampunk. That'd be kind of cool too. Airships or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
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 Or
Yeah.
NFL star, how they win the first Super Bowl or trophy, or maybe that'd be super cool too.
Just make a
Hmm.
Space Jam book.
Huh?
Yeah, I like Space Jam. That'd be fun. That's what you said, Brandon.
Perfect. Isn't there a
Yeah.
second movie coming out soon? I swear I've seen the trailer
Yeah,
for
I
it.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm eager for that.
Yeah. Or something like Weird West, something kind of like, like aliens versus cowboys, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's a
Just
movie coming
yeah,
out.
like Westworld, some AI related
Yeah,
West.
like that.
Mm,
Yeah, that'd be good.
Or Jonah Hex, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah. Those kind of books is awesome.
Yeah. But I love westerns, and I love cyberpunk stuff. I like spy stories.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you're
you know,
right. I mean, we don't have any books and choices that relates close to, yeah. Cowboy book we have Big Sky Country, but not something from West. Yeah, just like one, I don't know, 1,000 Ways of Die in the West, or I don't
Million
know.
mhm.
Ways to
There's
Die
a
in the West.
movie. Uh huh.
A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah, yeah, A Million Ways to Die in the West. I like that movie. So something like that would be super awesome.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And mixing genres is cool too. You get that's always fun just to you know uh clash two different genres together. Um I think we're going to see some good stuff. I hope that they take the survey responses and stuff to heart, and you know
Yeah,
and I feel like we will I know people kind of maybe think that it's with especially like with open heart ending and the loss of sequels and stuff that like choices is going to just go away, and it's like no, it really isn't. There's a lot of
No, it's
competition out
not.
there. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like there's a lot of competition out there, and of course I think they're gonna kind of look at what's trending and probably in other ones, other apps, and then try to kind of pull other folks back in. They'll figure
Mm-hmm.
it out. I'm not counting these folks out yet.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
love this app.
exactly. I mean, yeah. So Max, when I think Max is the CEO of Choices, when he canceled the books, he said that the one thing that it really it's sort of stuck to me is he said that we love books and we always love to see a sequel to all the books, but whenever a book ends, that means there's a possibility for a new book. So that really hit really close to me because yeah, it's right. When, for instance, now Open Heart is ending. It had three books. America's Most Eligible, three books ending. That means a new book. Blades of Light and Shadows came. So Baby Bump ending. Now that means there would be a new genre, new book, new possibility, new love interest, new plot, new places. Everything new. And if they can come up with it, it would be super awesome. So that's
Mm.
always like to venture into the unknown, sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially for like those long series. As much as I would just love to see the royal romance go on and on forever and a day, I know that ultimately it's going to have to come to an end. you know.
Otherwise, it
Yeah.
becomes
So
Vampire's
yeah,
Diary.
yeah. So um,
Yeah.
it yeah, it's just cool to get some other stuff and meet some other characters. Have somebody else fill my head space for a while.
Make some new models too.
I agree with you.
Yes, some new models would be fantastic.
But don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I love the Robin model. Bring it
Oh
back.
yeah, absolutely.
But
Hmm.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
I should
I
bring some
agree.
new models back.
Definitely some new models,
Hmm.
different body types. Just yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they just recycling the old ones in terms of side characters. I keep seeing Mason's father everywhere, so yeah, they should bring some new people.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. I saw that character model pop up in Open Heart just in this
Yeah.
last chapter, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, when you see those characters in one book, it's kind of hard to see them as the character that they're being portrayed as in another
Yeah.
book. I mean, especially Mason's father. God, that
Yes.
man.
Important
He's
role.
probably he would top my villain list. Just because
Yeah,
he's
he's horrible.
somebody's thing like that with his
Yeah.
own child. That is just oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
He
unrepentant about being a villain. He
yes.
knows he is.
And look, at no point did he ever just stop and say, gosh, I want a better relationship with my son. I want to, at
Yeah.
no point. He was just horrible, horrible.
Oh yeah.
I even saw Craig appearing somewhere also. I don't remember where, but I have definitely seen Craig in one or two books.
Yes,
Yeah.
Craig was in. Yeah, he was in Foreign Affairs. He
Yeah.
Yeah,
was the
reporter.
paparazzi.
Yep.
Yeah,
And he was in I think his character showed up in Bloodbound, I want to say. I know that that model has shown up as like a bodyguard somewhere. Um,
Mm,
so yeah,
yeah,
that character model comes up a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So does Salazar.
Mhm.
Yeah, he has. He was a bodyguard in Foreign Affairs.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
he
Even Lucas from It Lives in the Woods, we see his
mm,
recycled sort of character as a patient of Open Heart in book three, perhaps. That was a
Hmm.
shock.
Yeah.
yeah, and Robin from TNA.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been everyone. He was in Passport to Romance. He always seemed to play an unlikable
All
character.
over the place.
Maybe not in TNA. I know lots of people loved him in TNA. He just he did nothing for me. But but he was in the Royal Romance and playing an unlikable character. He was
Mhm.
King Bradshaw.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they used him quite a bit also.
Yeah. It
yeah.
took me a minute to realize that that was the same character because he has so much more hair in
Yeah,
TNA.
they changed the hair.
Yeah. So I was like, wait. Oh, that's the same character. And then
Uh,
he was also in Wolf Bride, and he had a beard. Looked a lot better with the
Yes,
beard. I was like, wow,
yes.
hey, you know. But
He
yeah,
played what was the pregnant one's
mate.
boyfriend?
Yeah,
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 mate. It was I can't remember his name, but yeah, he looked better in there though.
yeah,
To
he
me,
did.
yeah.
he looked better in Wolf Bride.
Yes.
Even Chad from My Two First Loves was Lauren in I think High School Story Class Act, who was one of the competitors in the the class president's race.
Yeah. So it's like okay, So yeah, I agree with you, Brandon. I would love to see some additional, you
Mm.
know, other hairstyles would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, definitely just different faces and stuff. Yeah, it'd be nice. And I know it takes a lot of work to do art. It does, um, but it's kind of
Yeah.
nice to switch it up. Your app is changing, your stories are changing, so your character types can
Change
also
with the
change.
change with time.
Yeah,
Go with the future.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Totally.
and
Yeah.
and I would like to also see just kind of like a little bit more kind of thought put into it because it's like okay, I'll look at some of the hairstyles that they use, and it's like okay, generally I will play a character, an MC who's black, female, because I am,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, wait, but I don't always, I wouldn't always wear my hair straight or always wear my hair blonde or or whatever, So it's like, can we make sure that the what styles we're using really look good on all of the character models,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I agree with that. I mean, yeah, and that was one of the things they asked on the survey that I appreciated.
Mm.
When it asked if when you pick your main character, is it typically someone that, that more resembles you? And that's
Hmm.
what got me hooked on the app in the first place. Like well, I was playing Candy Crush when I kept seeing the ads for it.
Hmm.
And then one day I just decided, let me see what this is about. And I downloaded it. And the first thing that popped open for me was the Royal Romance. And I was really surprised that I could choose, a black female character because, like you said, I'm a black female person. So I tend to choose characters that look more like me.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
was really surprised by that. And I appreciated that.
Yes.
Mm.
And that was things that just kind of hooked me on the apps. Like,
Yeah.
know, play
And
as
in
this
most
woman that looks like
cases,
me.
right, and in most cases, you get to pick what your LI looks like. So it's like, okay, there's that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, this survey was really good. I don't think this year this survey would affect much. I think, but from
Right.
next year, I think this survey is definitely gonna, show some effect, and we're gonna see some major changes in how we see LIs books, or the gender locked books. Maybe we're gonna have less of those books, and no, it'll be good, and it's good that choices have started recognizing it because I don't think any of the app stores they do like this. They're sending insiders blog posts. They're not as communicative and interactive as choices are, or even supportive, like really reaching out to fans and really, it's just
Hmm.
choices are doing a great job.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm down my list. That's all I had. So anything you wanted to add, three of you, there's one left.
uh, I don't have anything to add.
Cat.
Uh, Nothing off the top of my head, I don't think.
Mm-mm. No, we
Brent.
talked about a lot of stuff. So,
We did.
Oh yeah, Brendan
Been-
just said yeah.
Definitely
Uh,
been a fun 3 hours though.
yeah,
yeah,
and
it's been
Brendan
fun.
Brendan messaged me, wait a second, I'll be back in 10 months. I knew he meant minutes, but I was
That
like,
was a
what?
typo. Autocorrect has been fighting me for the past God knows how many weeks. It's been really annoying.
That's so funny. Yeah.
So I'm just in a battle with
Well,
all this at the moment.
Yeah,
he messaged me and let me know that I was having technical difficulties. I could hear everything you guys were saying, and you couldn't hear me. So I had to
Oh,
close out and join again.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It just disappeared, and I was like, something happened.
that's
Well,
funny.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being here, all of you. It was a nice time. I never knew how 3 hour 33 minutes passed by. Yeah, sometimes I knew, but it was mostly. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, when even Daniel was here, it was like it was more sort of intense, and then she left, but kind of, but still, it was intense. We had a nice conversation. So yeah, thanks all of you. I mean, till a few minutes ago, even my cheeks were hurting because I was laughing so much. With all the I was always like laughing, like my like ear to ear laugh. So I was like, my cheeks were really hurting. It was really good.
Yes. Yeah, it's always a good time. I enjoy getting to talk to folks. So thanks for
Yeah,
having me on again.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
Thanks
really
for
fun.
coming here. It's always fun. Like Brendan suggested this one day, it's really fun, and it's really fun. It's just it's just a conversation, even. Like I was thinking about like jotting down some timeline or something. Then like screw it. Like it's just you're having tea and you have friends over. You just have conversation. One talk leads to the other. So at the end, you just have this this smile and this fun time. So it's just super awesome. Thanks for the like. I really laughed, and it just made my night better. It's literally 2 a.m. here, but I'm gonna go
Oh,
sleep with a
wow.
big smile. Thanks for
Wow.
Oh
coming.
my gosh.
I mean, in all
Yes.
fairness, I was on cat stream till like 6 a.m. when she did it Lisbon Eve, so I know that feeling.
Oh my.
Thank you for toughing it out. I know it was long.
To the
We
I
minute it
had,
stopped,
yeah, I think we
killer.
can't. I talked another day. It's the first time, and it was something like this. I ended at 2 also. So the
Mm,
first
yeah.
yes, I can
Yeah.
run. I can run my mouth for a long time.
But this is
yeah.
this is really
What
fun.
time zone are you on, Cat?
Well, in Arizona, it's Mountain Standard all year round. So
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
so you're okay.
So right
Okay.
now, and the way I explain it, really, it's like there's a couple ways I explain it. Is one, during the summer when you do the spring forward, or when you do the spring forward, we're on California time. When you do the fall back,
Okay.
we're an hour ahead of California. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So
Smart.
All
for
right.
then, if you're thinking like west, the East Coast, right now we're 3 hours behind, obviously, and then we'll
Yeah.
be 2 hours behind when the fall back happens.
You should read
Okay.
Laws of Attraction. You're not gonna regret it, Cat.
Especially
And
season
and,
3. Trust
and
me. Trust
Brendan
me.
knows why I'm saying this.
All
Uh,
right, I'm working my way there. I am trying. I am, and
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
I got to figure out what we're gonna do for Thursday and start working on some graphics.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah. Yeah, you it's getting close.
yes, yes, I will have something squared away by then.
hmm. Maybe she can do a poll on
You
Twitter
better
and do a
get
couple
it
of
deep.
suggestions.
What'd you say, Brandon?
Maybe she have like a poll on Twitter or something for some book suggestions.
Oh, folks have been sending me tweets. I've been getting a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the writers have been sending me tweets. So it's like, well, what? you know, yeah.
Yeah. You give their character voices, so why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I thought that was kind of funny, but a couple of them had suggested Queen Bee, and they were like, "Yeah, but we're biased." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I suggest
You
I
know.
know
Nanny Fair.
Brendan leads the team. He suggests Queen Bee.
Oh gosh,
I
yeah.
suggested Nanny Fair, so.
Yes, yes, yeah, yes. You know, I mean, yeah, and a very scandalous proposal would be fun too. It's just like I said, I can't do the accent, so um, but if somebody wanted to do some excerpts or something, I would totally be down for that.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Not even talk about accents. Not even talk about accents. I'd give it a
Yeah,
whirl for definite. I could just use my own voice. Who knows?
you're so funny. That's all I do is use my own voice. So
I've been
you
told if
know,
I'm
I
more British than than I think I'm. Well, the least I think I am. So,
Oh,
so
yes, yeah. It's it's I've really have learned a lot about trying to how to change voice and stuff, and it's something that I've always liked to do. So and I've done story streams before, just not with choices where I've
Yeah.
done characters and stuff. So yeah,
Mm.
it's a blast for me. I love doing it.
Choices is fun, it's just awesome stories, and yeah, I love those, and can't wait for what new book you choose next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it, really.
And thanks for coming. And like I said, I just want to know before you guys go, Kat, um, her stream is on. I'll be linking below on Twitch. She streams choices stories and other things, specifically choices stories. She streamed It Lives Beneath, It Lives in the Woods. Go check her out. And other streams are coming soon. Brendan, same. Stream on Twitch, lots of games, and you never know when he streams a very scandalous proposal with British accent. If you can't read Ava's voice in British accent in your mind, he's your guy to go. And
wow.
Choices Lady, Ride or Die Chronicles. She's been here before too, and I'll be linking her YouTube channel below, where you can, if you haven't, you are thirsty for more Ride or Die, then definitely Ride or Die Chronicles, and another part is there. Go figure it out for yourself, and you're not going to regret it. You want more of them? There you can find them. And like I said, thank you for coming. I'll be linking all the links below in the description and in the comment section. I'll be pinning it. So, and thanks for coming, you guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
Thank
thank you.
It's Thank you. It's been fun. I
Thank
just
you.
hope
Have
to
a
do it
nice
again.
day. Have a nice afternoon, depend or evening, depending on whatever time zone you are. I lost my spirit. From here, it's calculating who is on what time zone. Still messed it up, but thank you for coming anyway.
Okay. Thank
No
you.
problem.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Laters.
Yeah. Bye.
Later,
Bye.
guys.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye.